Ant, little damn ant, buddy.
You're such a nice guy, Jay Leno.
I'm bored! I'm so bored!
Why don't we go to my website?
Gentlemen, the cola is very, very good today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mentors podcast, where we talk about the TV show Mentors. Uh, how's everybody doing today?
Great. I watched the entire series of Mentors.
Oh, wow. In one day, that is surprising.
It's been a week since last week when we talked about Mentors. So
true. Yes.
They didn't have to know it's been one day since we established this bit.
I just forgot.
We don't know if it has legs or not, and if it will continue on.
And I'm sorry for confusing you, Zara, with this bit.
Unless you,
although I did bring up Mentors
the
to you because it's very
you
coded, Zara.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so knowledgeable, and this totally isn't just something I learned existed yesterday.
But yeah,
I mean, it's also not something that Eliza also learned existed yesterday. So
yes, it is something we literally found out. Well, I guess you found out about it before then, Gordon. But it's like I found about this while we recorded the last week's episode yesterday, and the past 24 hours have been very Mentors coded. And by that I mean I have brought what's a historical figure? I have brought friend. No, he's alive.
Who were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Francis Ford Coppola.
I have brought Barack Obama back from the past into the present.
I am curious if you'd be allowed to do that.
Honestly, we'll find out. We won't. They don't do that on the show, to my knowledge, but we can discuss.
Well, the thing is, you can also bring people from the future.
Can you? Is that true? Did we establish that?
Because that's what Glay is.
Is she for real from the future? Okay.
She's from the future.
Okay.
Gordon, saying Barack Obama made me think of that clip from CW's The Flash with the gorilla.
Yeah. Gorilla Grodd breaks into his like college dorm.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing, Barack Obama.
Excuse you. What's not the Flash? It's from DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, it's from Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, I'm so sorry to my one friend who loves that Adam.
It's an Arrowverse show. They're all Arrowverse.
It is, but the Legends of Tomorrow is about people who time travel. So that's why he's going to Barack Obama in college and he's going to kill him.
It's frying me that you know more about it than I do.
It's because one of my closest friends, like my closest IRLs, was super into the Arrowverse when it was airing.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
When it was arrowing.
Nope.
That worked.
No, it didn't.
I think that worked. Anyway,
fuck you.
Hi, everybody. We're not talking about Mentors fully.
Except we will be, but also we're talking about The Librarian: Return to King Solomon's Mines.
Yay!
The sequel to The Librarian: King Solomon's Mines. One would assume from the title, because we're returning. But no,
it's a sequel to actually what was it, Deborah Carr movie from 1950, nominated for Best Picture.
King Solomon's Mines.
Yeah.
So true.
It is.
Because they're returning. It's like all these years later. And it's like Rambo, where it's like Rambo First Blood Part 2, Librarian, Return to King Solomon's Mines. It's like you put the original movie in the subtitle, but the actual title is the first one.
Eliza, I have a question for you up front.
Yes.
Because this has been a month where so far you liked Casa de Spell.
I really like Casa. Yeah, I love Casa de Spell.
We're not so much a fan of Sharknado 3. Did not like The Night Stalker. Did not like Tech War. But you have enjoyed, or at least found something to enjoy in all of the sequels we've done this month,
Yes.
famously did not like The Librarian.
Yeah.
The first one. How did you feel about this movie?
It's still bad. It's still a bad movie. um,
Interesting.
It's
liked this one a lot more than the first one.
I will say I did kind of like it more than the first one. The problem, like, it is just a kind of boring, regular bad movie for like the first half. And then when he finally gets to Casablanca and like he meets the girl and and there's like a bunch of racist shit, it just goes downhill from there. I still don't know if I liked it more than the first one. It's around the same level. I think I was more passionately hating the first one though. This one it's a lot more numb, I guess. But I still don't care for it.
That is fair. But no, I had a very good time with this one. I thought this one, while still being, silly and is not like a great movie by any means, I really enjoyed myself with this movie. Whereas last time I was kind of right down the middle on it, I liked this one quite a bit. Well, I liked it. That's what I'll say. I liked it.
But can we start off with the thing I actually liked, which is the first episode of Mentors?
No, don't start off with that. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
We'll work up to that.
I'm trying to figure out when our little mentors corner, or it's like I wrote down as the mentors moments.
We'll get to that eventually. We don't want to like do an extended intro about mentors and then also have our guest wait patiently to continue to not talk about excuse me, the movie that you're here for. We sit and
the
patiently
movie
listen.
She is very obsessed with, or the franchise, I should say, she's very obsessed with.
Yes, and have you sit there and wait while Eliza goes on an extended bit. So we'll get to that, but we got to be patient.
Oh, but I want to talk about Elliot Gould as Albert Einstein.
We'll get to it.
Wait, is he in that?
Yes, he is. He's in the pilot episode as Albert Einstein.
That's crazy. Okay.
We'll get there.
We get there.
Do the rundown, please, Gordon.
Yes, let me pull up my notes again. We're talking about The Librarian, Return to King Solomon's Mines from 2006, directed by Jonathan Frakes, written by Marco Schnabel, based on characters created by David Titcher, starring Noah Wiley, Gabrielle Anwar, Jane Curtin, Eric Avari, Robert Foxworth, Hakeem K. Kazim, Zahn McLaren with Olympia Dukakis, and Bob Newhart. I did almost call her Ozempic Dukakis, I think, with a slip of the tongue there. Apparently, the movie was first released on DVD in Australia.
Oh no!
Before it had any TV release.
That means it's not allowed. We got to cancel the episode. More time for mentors.
DVD in Australia, October 9th, 2006. It had Spanish and Argentinian releases as well before the US broadcast, but it's broadcast on TNT in the United States on December 3rd, 2006. Airing opposite it on ABC, you had an episode of Extreme Makeover Home Edition and an episode of Desperate Housewives. On CBS, you had an episode of The Amazing Race, which the title of that episode of The Amazing Race was Dude, I'm Such a Hot Giant Chick Right Now, whatever that means.
That's my favorite sequel to Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah. On the CW, episode of Seventh Heaven, episode of America's Next Top Model. On Fox, some college football draft something, episodes of The Simpsons, Family Guys, and American Dad. And on NBC, there was something called Football Night in America, and then Sunday Night Football. So those are your offerings if you don't have TNT and want to watch the second Librarian movie on that date.
Mm-hmm. I'm currently on the Wikipedia page for that episode of The Amazing Race to figure out what their thing was that made a guy say that.
Anything but talking about the Librarian.
Kinda, but also we just love tangents on the show. Okay. Their detour tasks. The teams must take a taxi to Las Ramblas to make their way on foot to the bridge, get into giant costumes known as gigantes y cabezudos, Then they must walk over a mile in the costumes to find a female giant in Place de Saint-Philippe, where they would receive their next clue. That's what it is.
Huh.
Because
I do not
assume
know enough about
Tyler or James probably said that in the title. Because they're the only two guys pairing.
Huh.
Sure. I don't know enough about The Amazing Race to know what any of that means, but I'll take your word for it.
I
think
used to
there
watch
was an Aussie version.
Of course there was. Like, I used to watch it as a kid, but I wouldn't have any specific memory of any specific episode outside of the one where the woman got hit in the face with the watermelon she was trying to slingshot, because I remembered watching that live and then the clip went viral.
That's funny.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Likely thing for a clip of that to do.
Mhm. Anyway,
Let's talk about the Librarian return to King Solomon's Mines.
again, I must ask, do we have to?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
You're the one who said we were doing this one this month.
Were there any other options?
Cheetah Girls.
True. I
Could have
forgot
done
about
Cheetah Girls
that.
3.
I literally did not remember that.
We could have done maybe another one.
We should have done Cheetah Girls 1 or Cheetah Girls 3. God damn it.
I mean, the other Ultimate was the second Ultimate movie. Was that a TV movie, or were they both?
The first two were theatrical. The third one was
okay. We could have done. Is there anything else? Fred. Could have done the second Fred.
Yeah, I think I specifically skipped Fred to not make you suffer more. But yeah. There are the two Fred sequels.
We could have done. That's maybe it. Was there a Bad Ronald sequel? Am I misremembering?
Not that I know.
I feel like that. I thought there was something like that.
Anyway, let's bite the bullet here. Let's get into this movie. Let's start with this fucking opening scene where Flynn has this gay Native American sidekick and they're finding the crystal skull. Which was this before the Indiana Jones movie?
Yes.
It was before, which I think is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
By like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they steal the crystal skull, but then Flynn is just being a fucking idiot. It's like, oh wait, I need to find this arrowhead. Let me just do this. And then of course they alert the bad guys. Then they ride their horses off a cliff that should have killed them, but doesn't. And then they're fine. Then they leave. That's it. That's that opening scene.
Are we allowed to say things about the scene as well, or are you nixing any further conversation
No,
beyond?
Please. I was just giving the rundown of the scene, and then we could open it up to discussion.
Okay, good.
Gordon, do you not know how this podcast works?
I do. Just you're coming at this with the hostility of someone that does not want to talk about the movie at all and seems to not want us to talk about it also.
I'm just mad. I didn't get my mentor's moment yet.
We'll get to it. Do you want to talk about mentors?
I do, but you already said we're going to do this first. So go ahead.
Talk about mentors.
No, it's too late.
No.
We're in the movie.
No, it's not. Talk about mentors.
Zara, what did you think of the opening scene? Any thoughts? Any notes?
I feel like a child in the middle of divorce right now. Like, oh my God, whose side do I pick?
This is Zara's fault. This is your fault that we're having this argument.
No, don't do that. She's already been through it once.
Oh, I'm sorry. So have I, to be fair. I'm coming at it from a place of understanding.
Who else has divorced parents? Oliver from Mentors.
I'm sure he does. No, I liked this scene. One of the things that I think I liked best about this movie relative to the first one is like what we were saying last week / yesterday about Tech War Tech Lords, is that part of what makes that a more interesting sequel than the original movie is that original Tech War spends so much time setting up Jake Cardigan as a guy and his whole deal that like the plot kind of gets sidelined for that. Similar to the first, one of my biggest issues with the first Librarian movie is that Flynn Carson is such a sort of a feckless loser for so much of that movie because he has to become the librarian and get introduced to this whole world, and he's so annoying. And in this, like, he is still kind of doofy and kind of like hapless, but he's been at the job for a year, and we just sort of like jump right in with him. He's dressing cooler, he's acting cooler, but he's still like the same character that's been set up. And I just like that he is that we don't have to spend so much time like on him and establishing who he is already just makes the movie so much more interesting. That first one opens with the whole like he's still in school and he's getting kicked out of the museum by his teacher because he's too annoying, and we have to do so much setup. And this one we jump right in with an action scene, and it's moderately exciting. There's some fun stuff in there. I like the conclusion where he gets to apply his smarts to, you know, the his immediate surroundings and the like bushes and the rainfall and everything. And they jump the horses into the water, but he's still kind of an idiot and he doesn't know what month it is. So like, I don't know. I thought it was a fun opening scene that kind of set the stage for me to enjoy myself with the rest of the movie, because we're in sequel mode. We're in another sort of thing where like he gets to be a character in a movie and not a character that the whole movie is sort of establishing for its entire runtime.
For me, like on your point about like how Flynn as a character has changed from the first one to this one, it's like, yes, I do think he is less annoying this time because that was my main problem with him in the first movie. However, I feel like this isn't really relevant to this point, but it's like in this movie as a whole, he just becomes a bit more douchey. Like he gets some like really misogynistic moments and stuff like that in this one. That's just like, is this supposed to be endearing? Is this supposed to make me like him? It doesn't. And then it's just like how and it's like he has this running thing where it's just like, oh, his like he can never have a girlfriend, and it's like his mom keeps trying to set him up with girls, and like, and we'll get to the weird incest thing later. But it's like, but it's just like, I mean, realizing it's like, oh, the problem is him. That's why. It's because he's kind of just impossible to be around.
Um, okay, so, um, Gordon, Good. I
Yeah.
definitely I agree with what you say about the intro, and like I think that is this biggest strength of the sequel is that it just gets to jump into everything. Like we've established all the lore now, like at least as much lore that was established in the original trilogy before the fucking dam broke when the fucking TV show started. Um, but yeah, and it's fun, it's snappy. It really feels like the pulpy adventure influences are more present in this sequel as well, because it's like, you know, obviously we talked about this last time, but Indiana Jones is like you can feel it all over this original trilogy of the
Oh,
films.
yes.
And I feel like that's very much like it feels more in line with that influence here in the sequel, especially having that like snappy little opening where you get an insight into another adventure to kind of establish that he's been at this for a while. They're having lots of fun stuff, and it makes like the world of the librarians feel more lived in and lively. And again, we don't have to go over Flynn's like origins again, which is nice. But I do also, even though like not to slander my goat, but I do agree with Eliza a little bit gonna do with Eliza a little bit too, in that I have categorized this movie because I think of the trilogy, I do think, although I do need to rewatch Judas Chalice again, so potentially that could shift up when I finally rewatch it. Um, but I do think Solomon's Mines is the weakest film in the trilogy, in my opinion. And I characterize it as like Flynn's rebound movie, essentially because at the time, because I know Eliza was asking me about like, okay, so what's like the deal with Nicole? Because obviously they don't bring her up. You guys might notice this. They do not bring up Nicole from the first film like at all in the sequel. Like they don't even mention her. Like not even like a name drop being like, oh, where is she now? Just like completely ignore that she exists. Um, and we know that's like because it's, you know, again very Indiana Jones heavy. It's like, oh, this is Temple of Doom now, so we've got a new chick for Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Exactly.
but within the canon, because of all the shit the show established, it's like it turns out actually like Flynn thought she was probably dead this whole time. So it's like really weird watching this movie because I think what happened again, I don't know because there's not that much behind the scenes about like the writing process and how they were keeping track of continuity because I don't think they cared as much about continuity in canon during that original trilogy. So I feel like it's more like, oh, they just kind of like broke up or whatever. So like this movie very much feels like that. Like Flynn is like, oh man, he's just like, I'm gonna go out and get it with another chick. I don't give a fuck about Nicole as if it like doesn't bother him. And that's like how I kind of view this movie. It's like it's his big rebound movie, so he's way more douchey as a consequence. But I also think it's really funny that the character they wrote as his love interest is also like literally his mirror. Like before she becomes the love interest, she's literally just female Flynn, and
Mhm.
it's way more interesting the whole time. And it's like I love Emily until she becomes the love interest because then as soon as she becomes the love interest, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. I was like, everything that was kind of cool about your relationship is just kind of like annoying now. Like, so yeah, it's my least favorite romance of the original trilogy, and I do think it's the weakest film. Especially because yeah, it's the rebound movie. It's the best way I can put it. It's the rebound movie. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like how Flynn did a lot of rebounds in his basketball match against Soft Frosty, which he lost.
Yes.
Mhm.
Podcast lore.
Podcast law.
Which speaking of, I did write during the opening scene, Flynn can barely get onto a horse. He'd never be able to beat Hot Frosty in a basketball match.
Listen. Or OG film trilogy, potentially no. TV show, 100% I think he could. TV show Flynn, 100%.
So Eliza, are you taking my side on it now that Hot Frosty would win?
I was trying to remember which side I was on.
You were on
Like,
the Flynn Carson side because
yeah.
it was funny that I had to defend Hot Frosty and you had to defend The Librarian.
Yes.
Because those were two movies that we both hated, but we did both naturally come to the conclusion as to one or the other. So
look.
I
glad
think
to see you on the winning side. That's all I'm saying.
in my opinion, Flynn obviously outsmarts Hot Frosty. Like even even if you guys don't like him,
I like him a lot
objectively
more
he's
in
the
this
smarter guy. Yeah.
Yes. He
So I
memorized
think
the earth.
that's what I'm saying. Like he memorized the Earth, guys. Like athletics wise, no. Hot Frosty was buff as hell. Like I think TV show Flynn, who's like 10 years into being librarian, has like way more dexterity and everything like that. Plus, the thing is that you guys don't know is that Flynn actually is very dexterous because he can do all of the escape tricks Houdini can. He can untie himself from any ropes and everything like that. Like, so I
Okay.
think that he could shoot a basketball
we
with the
we
right math calculations.
So first of all, like the conceit of the thing is just about that first movie, considering it's like that's the only one that's in the podcast canon.
Okay, yeah, then no, he couldn't.
And yeah,
He could get like a few good shots in, but
and
he
it's
wouldn't
like
win.
now that we're like out of the heat of the moment, I'm just thinking like what would happen realistically is that Flynn would like be on the court and just think about like let's like what's the best strategy to like win this match, and meanwhile Frosty is just like bucketing. Let's just like
He's
like,
just on the other side of the court, dunking it, grabbing it, just dunks over and over and over.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like the ball is moving like Sonic's legs. It's just in and out and in and out in one continuous loop, just over and over and over.
Yeah.
Oh
just,
god. Yeah.
yeah. We love you, Hot Frosty. Please come back to us. We need Hot
Yes.
Frosty too.
Some other details I liked from this opening scene. The guys that just find the crystal skull just like sitting out somewhere.
He's just lying around.
They've been doing some digging, but like they do just kind of find it there. I like that he finds it and he picks it up and he kisses it. And then they go to set up some dynamite charges so they can close the dig site, and they just leave the skull sitting around for Flynn to come take. And he just yoinks it and could just walk off if he didn't get distracted by the the arrowhead that Bob Newhart chastises him for trying to find because you could just get one on eBay. Even though it's not about
at the end.
It's not about the getting of it. It's about the I guess geological, socio ethnic implications of it being that far west. But
the
still,
anthropological.
That's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, I like the tamarisk shrub. It only grows near rivers, and Utah's average water level for March is 5 feet 3/4 inches. So I figured it would be enough to break or fall. And the guys are like, but it's April, and I like his delivery of April. Really? we should have been smashed like pancakes. And he's just really, really confused about the fact that it's April. It's a good little establishing of his character, that he can have the like minutia of it, but miss the big picture, like obvious stuff. It's
My
fun.
autistic goat, like
exactly, yeah. It is very fun.
I love Noah Wiley's like acting in that opening too, especially. He has such good comedic chops that he doesn't get to use in a lot of other roles I've seen him in, that he really utilizes within the Librarian franchise, and it's very fun. Like, he's so silly. It's great.
Yeah, I liked him as, not just as a character, but as a performer more this time than I did the first time, because on that first one, there was a lot from him that I found to be kind of irritating to some degree or another. And in this one, he just gets to be like more of an Indiana Jones type from the get-go, and he doesn't have to earn that in the way that first movie is all about setting up, that he has to earn the like heroicism of it.
Yeah, Surf Dracula finally gets to surf.
Exactly.
The irony of Surf Dracula reference when the last film is about vampires.
Hey, there you go. So he comes back to the library. There's a fun gag where there's a statue that he's sort of, playing around with, and it turns out it's not a new statue. One of the guards looked at Medusa's head, and turned into stone.
A quick note. So while I hadn't seen this movie before, I've seen that specific moment where like Flynn is kind of like mimicking the statue, because Zara has turned that into like one of her go-to reaction gifs, and it's just like it's very much Leo pointing at the camera moment when it popped up. It's just like, oh shit, it's a thing.
Hell yeah, you love to see it.
I
do like.
I love you see it.
I love the button on that joke when he's going into the library and he passes by the guard that's standing guard in front of the door, and he goes, "Sorry to hear about Steve." I thought it was just like the little like awkward in passing condolences there. It was very fun.
Oh, and we did skip over one little scene where it's like it's in Egypt, and it's like the guy's getting chased by Muslim JB Smoove.
Yes. Got me feeling like the Indian JB Smoove.
Oh,
he does look a lot like him.
It is weird how much he looks like JB Smoove. But the one note I wrote down in that scene was when the his like amulet thing is revealed, and I just wrote down Freemasons. It's like, is that what this one's about?
And then it is.
It is. But they call him something else. It's some other Masons thing. Like,
I think they just call them Masons. I don't think they. Is there a specific like?
It's something like Mystic Masons or no. It's actually now I need to cross over this and Phantom Megaplex, where it's about the movie Masons of the world.
It's the Cryptic Masons.
Cryptic Masons, yes.
Which is a second part of the Masonic degree, according to Wikipedia.
Okay, so yeah, it's another Masons group, but it's
the Cryptic Masons. This Wikipedia page lists the ranks within Cryptic Masonry. So from lowest to highest, it's Sentinel, Organist or Musician, Master of Ceremonies, Steward, Conductor of the Council, Captain of the Guard, Chaplain, Recorder, Treasurer, Principal Conductor of the Work, Deputy Master, and the highest rank you can get in Cryptic Masonry illustrious master.
Mm.
I want to be an illustrious master.
Well, you got to do some
Oh,
cult shit before you get
Yeah.
get there, unfortunately.
Oh man, there's different types of illustrious master. There's most illustrious grand master, right illustrious deputy grand master, right illustrious grand principal conductor of the work. I want to be that. I want to be the right illustrious grand principal conductor of the work.
Well, good luck
That's
to you.
that's maybe a Dennehy's special award we need. Just hand it
No,
out to whoever. Just
I'm vetoing that now. You are not putting that shit in the Teddy.
not as a full category, just to like give out as one honorary award.
No,
Who was the right illustrious grand principal conductor of the work this year?
no.
Why are you so against
Dumb
it?
bit. It's a dumb bit. It's not funny.
You're laughing.
I'm laughing at your stupidity, Gordon.
She's laughing. She's laughing for real. She thinks it's funny.
Shit's not that funny.
I disagree with you. I think you think it is.
The more you deny it, the more obvious it is you think it's funny.
Anyway, Mason shit. Yeah, so he's back in New York. New York, probably.
Zara, where are they?
They are in New York, yeah. The original
Yay!
trilogy, the library is set in a fictional New York library. So I think it's the Metropolitan New York Library, which is obviously not a real library in New York.
Okay.
I liked the bit with Excalibur. I could have used more Excalibur in this movie as like a guy, as like a floating sword guy. I like him.
Yes.
When that scene came on, it lasted like 2 minutes of them fighting, and I just wrote down in a Lindsay Lohan voice, "I'm so bored." Like already, I just could not care about anything that was going on.
I don't understand this hostility towards these movies from you. Genuinely,
I don't understand it either. It just feels like the most generic thing where it does nothing interesting to me. Like there's just nothing in these that just grab me. It just kind of goes through the motions of all of these adventure movies, and it's not really a genre I've had an affinity to before. It's like I'm not really a like fan of like the typical like treasure hunting. It's like I like some of the Indiana Jones movies, but they're never my favorites of anything. And so it's just not my thing. But whatever it is, it's just like I just can't get into any of this.
well,
I also don't care
Sometimes I
for
think
Noah
it's just
Wyle.
yeah, I think that's also probably a big part of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to her earlier. I was just like, because Eliza told me, she's like, well, so far I've liked all the sequels like more than the originals, like for the ones you guys have done this month so far. And I was just like, girl, I think your streak is gonna break because it's like if you don't like Flynn, you're not gonna enjoy these movies anymore than the last time, like, because he's like the main guy. Everything's around him. The world revolves around Flynn Carson.
It shouldn't though. He's so stupid and annoying, and I hate him.
No. My God.
I can understand that for the first one. I did not. I mean, he's kind of a nothing character, and not a nothing character, but like he is so generic, and I mean that in a positive way. This time, that like I'm sure it's just residual holdover from the first one. Slash,
like I was saying,
Noah Wyle sentiment.
Like I was saying, it's like he's not as annoying in this one, but there is just a general like I think what you're saying is right. He's just kind of generic. Like they're just taking everything about him that made him who he was and made him terrible and just replacing it with nothing, which is still terrible.
That's
anyway, let's go to the Olympia Dukakis incest scene, please.
But we missed that he's wiping his face off with the Shroud of Turin because he says a joke that activates Poseidon's trident because Poseidon's real. On top of the Old Testament, they're both they're both true. And he uses the Shroud of Turin to wipe his face off, and that's funny.
Oh, you would not believe the amount of like stuff that is like real and canon to the Librarians universe.
I can believe it.
I like that he does like even after all of this, he's still incredulous about King Solomon's mines of all things. That like, well,
Yes.
those aren't real. And then he's been doing this for a year, and he just found the crystal skull and had a sword fight with an animate flying Excalibur. But mines is where he draws the line.
Yeah, like that is one of the dumbest things about this is how he still is questioning like whether anything's real. It's just like, of course it's real. You everything else is real. Surely this also is, idiot.
Yeah, but I found that to be endearing in a way that you clearly didn't. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
oh
he's
well.
like, I like him. No, I think that speaks to like Blaine kind of has like a kind of loose arc in the trilogy, which again, I think the TV show is kind of like the best version of the Librarians idea as a whole, but the TV show really expands this. But overall, he's kind of got this arc where he's kind of like the library is like, and him becoming a librarian is kind of like the best thing that could have happened to Flynn, but it's also kind of simultaneously the worst thing because like in that original trilogy, he like never actually ends up addressing any of the like internal issues he really had, like especially seen in like the first film. Like, bro has no friends. He does not have any fucking friends. And it's like, and he doesn't see that as a fucking problem. And it's not until like the TV show where everyone's like, it's kind of not normal that you act this way. And everyone is like, and he doesn't want to deal with that. And so I think it's really interesting watching the films and stuff like that because you see all the little seeds of things they'll do more with, but then just within the original trilogy by itself, you're kind of like, why aren't they doing more with this? They like I think also too, like one thing I found frustrating about Flynn's father being such a big focus of this film is just like when they make him a Mason, and I'm just kind of like, what's the point? Like, you could
It
have
is
done,
a little, yeah.
yeah, like it just feels like very convoluted to make it seem more like a chosen one narrative, which I liked in the Librarian. It was kind of like there was a little bit of the element where it's like Judson was like, you know, you're meant to do this, like that kind of thing, but it was still kind of like especially too with the TV show retconning this a little bit, like anybody could have literally ended up as the librarian that day if they had liked one of the other guys in that line better. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like if they had vibed with them better.
he did kind of just show that he was better than them. It's just like he I forget what it was, but it's like he was doing something that was just like, oh yeah, I'm actually smarter than anybody else.
Oh yeah,
Also,
he has fantastic
well, yeah, that's when
observational
the
skills.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is just like
he tells
something like that.
Charlene everything. No, but I mean like especially too because you guys haven't seen the show, so for me sometimes it's hard to like differentiate between the trilogy by itself and then also having all the knowledge from the TV show. Because in my head I'm just like, oh man, there's like three other people that almost became the librarian who ended up becoming librarians later in the show, and they were supposed to be there the same day as Flynn but couldn't for whatever personal reason. Like, so that's why I'm always like, oh man.
Okay,
But then yeah,
Zara, do you think this might be a good time for your game?
yes.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
let's do it.
Okay, so I have come up with 10 questions um to do with both just kind of like the loosely about the franchise and then some sort of more niche bits from the television show for you guys. So there's five multiple choice and five true or false questions. So
Let's do it.
Good.
you guys are going to answer them. All right, so question one, and this one is centric to today's film. According to Dean Devlin, Flynn Carson's father is canonically named Henry after Indiana Jones as a nod to the film's influence on the original film trilogy. True or false?
So you said Flynn is canonically named Henry?
No, Flynn's father.
Flynn's father is Henry. Okay.
I like the idea of that being the question, that she's going to start with the main character is named Henry. The main character, Flynn, is named Henry
No,
because
but
of...
I thought maybe it's like his birth name is actually like Henry Flynn Carson, but it's like he just goes by Flynn.
No, I'm... What did you say, Eliza?
Oh,
Did you say true or false?
I didn't say anything. I was
Okay.
still thinking.
I will say true.
I think I'm gonna go false.
Okay, that is 1 point to Eliza. It is
Fuck.
false.
No.
Flynn's father has never been given a canonical name within the Librarians franchise. So to this day, he's still an unnamed character somehow, which for a
Whoa.
franchise that became very lore heavy, I'm so shocked at how unexplored Flynn's childhood is. So yeah, that's 1 point to Eliza so far. Sorry, Gordon, I got you.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll keep track of my point score and you keep track of yours.
Okay.
Okay, question 2. Which of the following characters is not a new character introduced in the television show? A. Ezekiel Jones, an Australian master thief and technological whiz kid. B. Jonathan Hansen, the library's chief conductor in charge of all magic-based transportation. And C. Cassandra Killian, a magical mathematics genius with synesthesia and a life-threatening brain tumor.
Could you repeat B?
Yeah. Jonathan Hansen, the library's chief conductor in charge of all magic-based transportation. So he's kind of like Judson, Jenkins, like Charlene type person who's situated in the library.
Okay, so the fact you had more to say about him makes me think he is a character. Or maybe the trick of this is like, oh, actually one of them was introduced in the third movie. And that's the twist of it. It's like it's not because it's which one of them is not introduced in the TV show.
I'll let you answer this one first, since I answered the last one first.
I think it's tough. It's really tough. I think I'll go A, the Australian one.
I will then go with C.
You guys both got it wrong.
Fuck.
You got us.
So the answer was B. Jonathan Hansen is not even real. I literally made him up for the question to see if you guys had paid attention.
How'd you have more to say about him then?
Because I made him up.
It's called lying, Eliza.
I never lie is the thing, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I literally made him up because I was just like, what is a character that sounds kind of realistic alongside these other two characters who have like insane backstories and abilities? That would sound like he would be a real character. And that's what I came up with. It's like, oh, he's just like another old person in the library who is in charge of other stuff, especially too, because as we know, magical transportation is a thing in the library. So yeah, got you guys.
You
sure
got
did.
us. What's next?
But Ezekiel and Cassandra are both very real. They're two of the main new librarians introduced in the television show, and they're some of the main characters at the whole series, and they're great. Okay, question 3. Flynn Carson and Eve Baird, who was introduced in the television show, were turned into stone statues by William Shakespeare. True or false?
What were the names again?
Flynn Carson and Eve Baird.
Were turned into stone statues by William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I will say true. Just because that would be a wild thing to make up if it's not.
I'm gonna go
unless it's like they did get turned into stone, but not by Shakespeare. But I'll say true.
I'm gonna say false specifically because they get turned into stone by somebody who isn't Shakespeare.
So you're going true or false, Eliza?
I'm going false.
False. Okay. Gordon gets the point.
Damn.
It's true.
It's all tied up.
In season 2, episode 10, and the final curtain, after traveling back in time. See, I wrote down the answers, so I'm not like rambling. After traveling back in time to stop Prospero, Shakespeare's character come to life in the present day, who is then revealed to be Shakespeare possessed by his own creation. Sorry about spoilers. The couple are unable to travel back to the present due to time travel stuff, so Flynn devises a plan to have Shakespeare use his magic quill to have the two of them turned into stone statues, sent to the library, and be found by Cassandra in 500 years' time, aka the present day, only a short while after they'd stopped him and saved the world, who would undo the spell and bring them back to life. And yes, it is one of my favorite episodes of this show. Thank you for asking.
It seems
you
like
told us about this last time. I just didn't connect it. But you saying no, it's like the fact that Prospero is a real person is it's so.
It's not a real person. It's secretly Shakespeare. Were you paying attention?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought you said. I thought there was a different character that was secretly Shakespeare. My bad.
No, it's Prospero.
It's Prospero.
Gotta use your listening ears, Eliza.
Shut the fuck up, Gordon.
Okay.
Anyway, question 4.
Question 4. Which of the following titles is a real Librarians tie-in novel? A. The
Oh.
Librarian. Yeah, they have tie-in novels. A. The Librarians and Frankenstein's Serum. B. The Librarians and the Mother Goose Chase. C. The Librarians and the Lady in the Lake.
Hmm.
I went first last time, Eliza. You got first call.
What was the first one you said?
The Librarians and Frankenstein's Serum.
And it's which one is a real one?
Yeah, which one's real?
I'm gonna say the Mother Goose Chase.
Oh, that's where I was leaning, but
You can pick the same one.
I
so it's
can,
okay.
especially because this is a 3 option one. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mother Goose Chase.
You guys actually both got that right.
Yay!
It is the real one. It is written by Greg Cox, who also wrote 2 other tie-in novels for the Librarian franchise, The Librarians and the Lost Lamp, and The Librarians and the Pot of Gold. Also, this novel made me go insane when I read it, because half of the plot is essentially Flynn gets turned into an evil old woman, and then the climax is them having to hatch an egg. So like don't even get me started on like what that was like to read. Anyway,
Oh my God,
what
Flynn Carson transgender. I'm so
No,
proud of him.
I literally had that thought I was reading. I was like, I'm gonna send you, Eliza, like a meme that I made when I read it at the time, so you can see it just as a fucking sidebar.
I
On
will look at it after we finish recording.
Yeah, I'm sending it right now. Don't worry. Okay, there we go. It's sent. It's sent to you on Twitter. Anyway,
Yay!
yay. Okay. Now, are we ready for question 5?
Of course we're ready. We're so
What if I
excited.
said no?
Okay. Jacob Stone, one of the new librarians from the television show, is trained in martial arts by the Monkey King, leader of Shangri-La. True or false?
I'm gonna say true. I know we're at like I went first last time, but I was just like that's my gut instinct.
I was leaning false anyway, so I'll say false.
Okay, Eliza gets the point for this one. It is
Fuck you, Gordon.
true.
I
In
meant
season
true.
3,
When I said false, I meant true. Reverse
in
psychology.
season 3, episode 9, and the fatal separation, we learn that Jacob has been frequently in between episodes studying under the Monkey King and comes to his aid when Shangri-La is attacked. So that is a fun little tidbit.
Shangri-La calls for aid.
Yeah. All right, are we ready for question 6?
Fuck no. How dare you ask that? What's question 6?
Okay. Which of the following time travel machines does not appear or is referenced in the library's time machine room? A. The TARDIS from Doctor Who. B. The Time Turner from Harry Potter. C. The DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Ooh. That's actually really tough. Which one does not?
Yeah, which one does not appear or is referenced in the library's time machine room? Which, yes, the library has a dedicated time machine room.
Well, we did see the H.G. Wells one in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, but then again, I wonder if they restructured it because I don't think that was in a designated time machine room. But
Maybe
Yeah,
they've just acquired more since then.
The designated room is introduced in the television show, but they'd already established with the H.G. Wells time machine that they were currently holding time machines within the library.
oh yeah, like I said, I think they restructured the library so it's because right now it seems like and everything's everywhere. But then it's like, no, we got to reorganize this. And so it's like they like now there's a time machine room and other things. Um, I'm gonna say the Time Turner because I don't want them to have a Harry Potter reference.
I was also leaning that as well because the DeLorean seems obvious, and even if you can't get the rights to the TARDIS, you can have someone say something about a blue box, and that's very easy shorthand. The Time Turner seems so specific, and also like probably even harder licensing rights. My only hesitation would be why would that be your third option? as your fake one unless it was in the show already? Like, would you just pull that on your own? But I'm gonna go with the time turner as well.
Okay, thankfully, you are both correct. There's
Thank
no
God.
fucking Harry Potter reference. I put that in there as the fake answer because it was one where I was like, what is another famous time travel like device or machine that might appear in a franchise like this that seems likely but also might not be in it? And that was unfortunately like the most obvious famous one after the DeLorean and the TARDIS.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking it's like you should put like the toaster from that one Treehouse of Horror, or like the
Treehouse of
thing
Horror.
Treehouse of Homer. Um,
Treehouse of Hormel, and it's all just like
or
lunch meat.
or you could have done the thing from Primer. That would have been fun.
Or
that's true.
what's the name of the device from Mentors?
Oh, the Visicrom. Although,
Yeah.
A
yeah,
Visicron? That's a cool name. I like
yeah,
that.
Visicron.
That's awesome. All right. Are you guys ready for question 7?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
what's the
Now
points right
this,
now? I'm at 4.
I forgot to
okay.
count.
I think you're at 2 or
I don't
3.
think
No,
that's
three,
true. I
3.
think three.
So
Yeah.
my count is that Eliza, you're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eliza's on 5,
Oh,
and yeah,
I'm a
Gordon,
5.
you're on 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Sure.
Okay. So question 7. This one is going to test how much you guys have paid attention to these first 2 films, by the way.
Okay.
Flynn Car
So I have
Flynn
the advantage.
Carson. It may be the case. Flynn Carson canonically has 30 academic degrees. True or false?
At which point are we talking about?
This is like for the entire franchise because the exact number is not referenced again after the films.
Okay, but it's
So
like
this
he
is very
keeps
film
saying,
specific.
because he keeps saying 22 in this one. And it's like, is it like, so that's why I was asking, because it's like he has 22 now, but it's just like, are you asking for like at a certain point? Are you asking for the show or like what?
The entire franchise.
Okay, so it's gonna be like, I'm gonna still say false because I think this is like a double bluff where it's just like, and it's just, I think it's like, but it's not gonna be 30, it's gonna be like 50 in the books or whatever.
I'm going to say false because I listened to Zara, who said that the number is not referenced again after the movies, and it's the same number the whole time. So when he says 22, that's the number, and it's false because the number's 22.
And you are both correct. Good
Can,
listening skills, guys.
can I get an
So
extra point for
Flynn,
listening better?
yeah,
No, no, fuck
Yay!
you. Kill yourself.
yes. 1 point to Gordon.
What?
Extra point.
Yay! So now I'm only down by one. Now it's 5-6.
Okay, so
Yay!
Flynn only has 22 academic degrees. You both paid attention and got that right. Of his degrees, what has been specified are 12 are bachelor degrees, 8 are master degrees, and 2 are PhDs. At least 4 of these degrees are in Egyptology. There is literally no canonical mention as to how he afforded all of these and has been up to fan speculation. My personal headcanon is he is in so much student debt that it would drive a normal person to suicide. So that's my headcanon.
I
But
believe
yeah,
I
it.
so
thought
he
he
has a
said
ton of
4
degrees.
PhDs in this one. Like when he was
No,
listing his degrees.
I might have to double check, but according to I did cross-reference the wiki when I was writing all these as well. And the wiki says he's only got 2 PhDs, but that potentially could be a slip up. But at the very least, canonically in total overall, it is 22
I'm going to like pull
of
up the
academic
movie. Well, but
degrees.
you just keep like do the next question while I look up and find the scene. Because I remember which scene it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because if I am wrong, then that needs to be corrected on the wiki as well. Someone needs to fix that. Because like I said, I double checked the wiki when I made the question because I was like off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure this is right. But the wiki is probably better than me at remembering. Okay. While you're looking that up though, we're gonna go to question 8. This is a multiple choice one. Of the following actors, which has not appeared as a guest star on The Librarians?
Ooh.
A. Bruce Campbell. B. Richard Kind. C. Margot Martindale. And D. Sean Astin.
So
This
three
is
have, one hasn't.
Yep, so one of them has not. So three
Okay.
have, one hasn't.
the thing is, it's like I wouldn't think any of these people would be on the Librarians except maybe Sean Astin. And well, I guess Margot Martindale's kind of in anything too. But it's like it's really tough. Gordon, what are you thinking?
Um, I'll let you go first because I'm mulling it over. I'm
I
between
I
two,
I don't
and if you
know.
pick one of the two that I had, I was gonna pick the other one.
Can you list the names again?
Yep, it is Bruce Campbell, Richard Kind, Margot Martindale, and Sean Astin.
I'm gonna say Bruce Campbell hasn't been on the show.
Okay, that doesn't help me because that's one of the two that I was like for sure has been. I was between Richard Kind and Margot Martindale. And I think I will say Margot Martindale has not.
My reasoning was just like, which of these names would Zara say as like to trip us up? And it's like because like I don't think she would come up with like Margot Martindale as like a person like to like trip us up. It's like no, this person has been on it, and it's just like I feel like I just felt like Bruce Campbell is the most like obvious one to like say has a cameo because of course Bruce Campbell does so many things.
Well,
But
we'll
then again,
find out
yeah,
right now.
yeah. What's the answers are?
1 point to Gordon, 0 to you, Eliza. Margot Martindale has not
Mar
been in the Librarians at all.
Margan Martindale.
Yeah, yeah, that too. Them too. Yeah, so
Mhm.
Margot Martindale has not, unfortunately, not been in any episodes of The Librarians, which would have been so fun. And why did I think of her? Because I've been watching The Americans and she's in that.
Oh,
Um,
of course. God damn it.
Um, yes. So, however, Bruce Campbell appeared in season one, episode four, in Santa's Midnight Run as Santa Claus himself. Sean
Hmm.
Astin appeared in season three, episode five, and The Tears of a Clown as Kirby Goulding, a carnival owner slash magician who ends up with a real magic artifact. And lastly, Richard Kind appeared in season four, episode two, and The Steal of Fortune as Benny Konopka, a casino owner and a crime boss who has made a deal with the goddess of fortune.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
and I will say they're all so fun in their episodes. Librarians has like a lot of really fun like character actor guest stars, and people have popped up in television a lot. They're always really pleasant when they turn up.
I wish Richard Kind was there as Harlan the Blaster McGinnis, his character from Sharknado 2.
Yeah, I
That'd
was
be
gonna
so
say
good.
you said that like well Margot Martindale will be in anything when like the famously selective Richard Kind, I guess.
Well, no, but that's also why I didn't pick Richard Kind as the one that wouldn't be in it. It's like I picked Bruce Campbell mainly because it's like he's just kind of a name that like you would think of as like, oh, who's somebody who would be in like this sci-fi fantasy show? Oh, like Bruce Campbell. But
And it turns
I
He
out
forgot
actually
it
was.
was true.
I forgot that Zara was watching The Americans.
So we're tied up with two questions to go.
Well, I don't respect
Yeah,
your extra point, so I'm pretending I'm 1 point ahead.
You are free to
okay.
pretend whatever you want.
So here's the point so far. So let me just do the count.
You don't need to do counting. We know it's 6-6 by
Liza's at
Goran's count and six
six.
to five in my count.
Okay,
Uh,
whatever then. Sorry for trying to keep track of my own quiz.
I
Um,
said we're keeping track of it ourselves.
I know, but I was trying to be helpful.
You're already
Okay.
doing so much as is. So we can take the small brunt of counting our points.
Okay. Second last question. This one is going to test how closely you guys might have been looking at any IMDb pages.
I
Noah
have not looked
Wiley
at any.
directed, yeah, Noah Wiley directed 5 episodes of The Librarians. True or false?
God damn it. I'm gonna flip a coin in my head, and if it's heads, it's true. If it's false, it's tails. It's false. That's my answer.
That's such a funny way to go about it. Why the extra step?
So this is something. Have you guys ever heard of the game Cockroach Poker?
No.
No.
It's like a bluffing game where it's just like you have all these cards. Like some have scorpions, some have cockroaches, a bunch of different like insects and things. And it's like you pick one of your cards and you give it to another player, and you say, "This card is a thing," or like whichever thing, and you can either lie about it or tell the truth, and they have to guess whether you're lying or telling the truth. And so it's just like, and when I play this with my friends, it's like I often get like to my own head about like what I think I'm saying. And so it's like where it's like, or I keep trying to think of a lie and then it becomes too obvious that I'm lying. So then I just flip a coin in my head. It's just like, am I telling the truth or am I lying? And then that will be my thing because it kind of just clears my mind.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So you said false?
I said false.
Okay. I'll say true.
That's 1 point to Gordon and
God
no
damn it.
point to Eliza. So, yes, the answer is true. Noah Wyle directed 5 episodes of Librarians, which were Season 2, Episode 5, and The Hollow Man, Season 3, Episode 3, and The Reunion of Evil, Season 3, Episode 8, and The Eternal Question, Season 4, Episode 3, and The Christmas Thief, and lastly, Season 4, Episode 8, and The Hidden Sanctuary. He also additionally wrote 2 episodes of the show, Season 3, Episode 6, and The Trial of the Triangle, and Season 4, Episode 4, and The Silver Screen. And at least 3 of these episodes are among my favorites in the series, being And the Eternal Question, one of the ones he directed, and the 2 he wrote, and The Trial of the Triangle, and The Silver Screen. And I will say, for the one he directed, Noah Wyle gets the hashtag ally label, because that is the episode where Cassandra, the female librarian lead, gets to make out with a female vampire. So huge win for me. So,
but I've been told by Twitter that Noah Wyle hates women and sits around in pitch rooms going, me. I want the show to be all about me.
Yeah,
fire her.
Two things can be true.
Fire her. Put me everywhere. I play every role now. Now I'm Dr. Santos.
No, he had women kiss because he thinks it's hot and wanted to jerk off to it. That's why. And also, you said the Hollow Man, like they fucking
I was gonna circle back. I was gonna circle back to that too. Did they get Kevin Bacon as Hollow Man in the show?
No. So let me.
Did they get? Wait, who is it in Hollow Man 2? They got somebody else. Who's the actor in Hollow Man 2? It's somebody weird.
I've never seen either Hollow Man. I just know it's
Hollow Man 2.
Hollow Man 2.
There is, and it's Christian Slater. Right. Is the new Hollow Man.
The new Hollow Man.
He plays Hollow Man too.
Okay.
Son of the Hollow Man.
Okay, so before we go to the final question, I'll just explain briefly to you guys what the plot is of In the Hollow Man. So the plot is, this is post Season 1, the library has kind of been severed, the connection's kind of been lost. A whole bunch of shit happened anyway. So while trying to find a missing artifact from the library's collection, Flynn is kidnapped by a guy with amnesia who's like obsessed with him and all the other librarians, and he has no idea why. And do we care about spoilers here? No. The reason is that the guy who kidnapped him is actually the personified version of the spirit of the library, which also had been missing since the connection had severed. So the spirit of the library as this magical entity place got turned into a human guy and couldn't remember who/what they are, and that's why they're obsessed with Flynn and the other librarians and kidnapped him. So
all respect to this TV show. This is, I think, the 3rd episode you've described so far that is just a Doctor Who plot.
Yeah.
Remember when the TARDIS became a sexy lady?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
No, guys. But
yeah.
When are we going to get the episode where Flynn Carson gets gunned down in San Diego?
Well, technically,
or is it San Francisco?
San Francisco, I'm pretty
sure.
San
Francisco.
Technically, and the Silver Screen does have him getting shot at a few times. So
but We need to be in San Francisco specifically, and then also there's a cum snake.
I'm trying to remember actually, where did they go for the parts where they're not trapped inside a movie for And the Silver Screen? Because it could be, if it's San Francisco, I'll laugh.
I really thought you were about to say, I'm trying to remember if they did do a cum snake episode at some point.
We need Flynn Carson and the cum snake.
Last question. What do we got?
Yeah,
no,
let's.
it's not in San Francisco. Okay, final question. This one is kind of a little bit more fun about crew connections to the rest of the film world. So, Joseph LaDuca, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right.
It's
Composer of this.
Fuck you.
um, composer Composer of the score for both the Librarians film trilogy and the television show, also did the scores for what famous horror franchises? This is a bonus points question as there is 2 correct answers, so 1 point for each correct answer. So your options are A, the Evil Dead trilogy, B, Friday the 13th films, C, Child's Play films, D, A Nightmare on Elm Street films.
I'm gonna say Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
I feel like I don't remember the name offhand, but I feel like the Nightmare on Elm Street composer is somebody that, like, is like not a Jerry Goldsmith, but it's like somebody that, like, as a composer. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, you know what? In the spirit of the game, I'll say the other 2. I will say Child's Play and Evil Dead.
2 points to Gordon, 0 to Eliza.
God damn it.
Fuck yeah. I win even without the bonus point.
So Joseph did the score for all 3 Evil Dead films, and he did the scores for both Curse and Cult of Chucky.
Okay. I'm now going to look up who did the score for Nightmare on Elm Street.
I also agree. I feel like it's somebody.
Charles Bernstein. Never mind.
Why do I feel like I've seen that?
Of somebody.
Not related to either Elmer or Leonard. Wikipedia says specifically.
Has he done other horror movies?
I don't know. He did the music for The Man from Orgy, which is stylized like The Man from Uncle. He did Daddy's Deadly Darling, also known as Pigs. He did Sweet Kill, Invasion of the Bee Girls, The Zebra Force, A Small Town in Texas, Viva Knievel. A lot of movies with great. Oh, he did Cujo, so that's another horror thing. He did something. His most recent credit is a 2017 Mikey Madison, her film debut called Liza, Skies Are Gray. Whatever that is.
Crazy.
Yeah, so decidedly not a notable composer. I don't know why I thought that was like somebody did the music for that. That's weird.
Yeah, I had the same thought when you were thinking that. I was like, yeah, I swear it's probably somebody notable. But then, like, maybe, no, it's just like,
maybe Friday has a notable music.
Yeah, maybe.
Harry Manfredini, also scored more than 100 films, including most of the Friday the 13th series. Yeah, it seems to be mostly Friday movies for him. Weird. Anyway. Good game.
Congratulations to Gordon!
Thank you. That was very fun.
I'm very glad you had fun making the game, and that it was a very fun game to play.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned things, and yeah.
I will forget all of those answers immediately. Like next time we do this, you should just ask the same questions and see how many we get right.
I'll remember, so I will do very well.
No, you won't.
Yes, that's how I remember stupid stuff like that. Not that those were stupid, but like things that I have no reason to remember, I will remember.
Eliza, he remembers, so you don't have to.
Yeah, like that one guy,
like the one guy,
like the guy who does that. Okay, Eliza, we can finally get to your beloved incest scene,
Yeah.
which you've been
Yay!
so adamant that we talk about.
I think it's so funny that we're like what an hour into this and we've only gotten like 20 minutes into the movie.
And you wanted to do an extended mentors bit up top, knowing that
Yes.
we were going to go
And like we're still
long
gonna
on this.
I'm gonna force us to do that bit. It will make this the
Oh, we
longest
will.
episode in
I'm
the
not saying we're
entire
not going to, just we're not going to start every episode with that.
anyway. So it's like he has this surprise party, which I like when I watched it, I sent a clip to Zara of the Jeanette McCurdy doing the popper and she like screams because that was what Flynn's reaction was like. It just seemed very traumatized. And then it's just like but then it's like surprise party. And then he introduces her to this woman Rose, or she introduces him to this woman Rose, and he's like talking. It's just like and he says her last name and he pulls mother aside. It's like, that's my third cousin. And she's just like, what's the matter with that? It's just like you have so much in common.
You're skipping over a bit that I fully cannot tell, like, whether this is for in a particular parlance woke or not, where he pulls her aside, clearly having some issues about this, and she goes, what, is she too skinny?
Yes.
And she's like, you know, she's movie fat, we'll say. She is what movies in 2006 would say is a overweight girl, but like I don't know where that joke is coming from. Like, what angle are you taking on this? It was weird, but it does kind of work as a total non sequitur here. But because she has absolutely no qualms about trying to set him up with his cousin. So, yeah.
I do like the idea that it's like she really wants him to be like a chubby chaser.
Well, yeah. Even though historically, for at least the two love interests that we've seen so far, decidedly not the case.
Oh yeah, like he is a very much misogynistic pig who only likes skinny girls. And it's just like hate him, hate his ass. We should kill him, please.
No, Flynn, no. It's like when they're slandering your goat, but they're low-key right.
Like I would forgive these movies if Flynn was canonically a chubby chaser.
Yeah, the Phil, like I was saying earlier, the Phil trilogy is like Loki, like the Librarians was not woke enough yet. Like it would become more like woke, especially because you think like the Librarians, the TV show aired during like basically woke 1.0. So like there's like a stark difference in how they approach female characters between that original trilogy and the TV show. In the TV show they're like interesting and well written and like they're cared about beyond just being love interests, which is again why I find Emily so frustrating in this is because I think again she's really compelling until they just reduce her to a love interest, like for me anyway.
Yeah,
Especially in how she serves Flynn's arc and everything in the film.
I liked her quite a bit up top for the first half of the movie before they put her in the sexy African wear, and now all of a sudden that's her for the rest of the movie. Even
and it's so
no, sorry.
So no, it's fine. I was just gonna say, like with the African wear too, it's such a weird thing because it's a gift from Jerry.
Before we know he's evil. Before we know he's evil. Although we get hints because when he shows up at this party, and we see flashbacks to him and Noah Wiley in a mustache dad.
Yes.
And he's talking about, we were best friends, and then he met your mom and he swept her off her feet, lucky bastard. And I do have that quote written in my notes, followed by "I want to fuck your mom."
Yeah, like it's so weird because it's just like he gives the gift to this like chick that Flynn obviously is into to him while also like wanting to fuck his. It's like a weird like parental thing. Like he's already like trying to like.
I mean, it's very Indiana Jones. It's doing the Last Crusade thing where he and Sean Connery are both fucking the same Nazi.
Yeah, oh my god, that's right. I haven't watched Last Crusade in years. Yes. That's so right.
So,
I
with,
watched Temple of Doom a lot as a kid, so that's more present in my mind.
Temple of Doom is the only Indiana Jones movie I've seen more than once.
I watched that a lot as a kid. I think it was the fact that I had Raiders and Temple of Doom on DVD as a kid, but not Crusade. So like that's the one I've watched the least.
Mhm.
Also, by more than once, I mean twice.
I figured.
And I've also never seen Last Crusade, even
Weird.
though I think I would like it. I just have never gotten around to it.
It's good. It's like
I
it's
I
where
hear
again where
wait,
I
I
think
hear it's yeah.
Wait, how have you not seen Last Crusade when you brought up that they were fucking the same Nazi?
I just know that plot point.
Okay. Weird.
it's Indiana Jones is like I think people forget how much it's in the cultural osmosis because it's like
Yeah.
not like a Star Wars level franchise where it's like they're putting out a new one every like several years or whatever. Although they did try that, it didn't work. Um,
Yeah,
but
remember
yeah, I
how there
think
was an Indiana
yeah.
Jones movie like 3 years ago?
I
You know what I
thought
was
Dial of
just
Destiny
thinking
was
about that?
okay.
I was just thinking about that like as an Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny sucks. Like, I mean, it's fine just like as a movie, but like it sucks compared to the rest. But I was thinking about it, I was like, but it'd be a really good episode of Librarian.
Yeah, it's like that.
Tracks.
The whole thing
Yeah,
about them going into to Aristotle times and whatever. It's just like
yeah.
that.
That
That
is
feels more
so
librarians.
Librarians coded. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the inverse, like when you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. In this case, the librarians is what
Which
happened
fits
with
because
Indiana
the
Jones.
librarians is the villain of in terms of movies.
The villain of movies, the librarian.
So on this scene where he's talking to Uncle Jerry, uh, first of all, I wrote down Flynn dad content and exclamation points. I'm not sure why. It's just like because it's so rare. I knew that much. But secondly, the scene ends. Well, actually, another thing immediately clocked like, oh, he's the secret villain of this. That's obvious from the way
Yeah.
this scene is going. And then third, the way it ends is that Olympia Dukakis, Margie comes in, and it's just like we got to do karaoke together or whatever. Her and Jerry has a thing. It's like oh, I got to bring this like bottle alcohol. And I paused the movie for 15 minutes when I was trying to find trio songs for karaoke to figure out like what's the most likely thing for them to be singing together. And the songs I wrote down were Good Morning, the Singing in the Rain song, Old Friends from Merrily We Roll Along, Puff the Magic Dragon by Peter, Paul, and Mary, or perhaps Lady Marmalade from Moulin Rouge.
I like that Moulin Rouge is your anchor point for that song.
It is.
Also, the Moulin Rouge version, which is famously by 4 people.
I could not remember if it was 3 or 4.
It's 4. It's Lil Kim, it's Alicia Keys, right?
Yeah, and Christina Aguilera, I think.
And Pink. Yeah, not
Oh.
Alicia Keys, it's Christina Aguilera. Who is the 4th one? Maybe I don't know. Let me look this up actually.
While Goran looks it up, I will reveal my results of what I looked up. Flynn has 12 bachelor's degrees, 6 masters, and 4 PhDs.
Is that what he said in the movie?
Yeah, that's what he said. I have it right here.
Someone needs
And
to correct the wiki because I'm so mad.
You
I
need
mean,
to correct the
technically,
wiki.
yeah, I know. I don't even have a fucking wiki account. This is so annoying now. Because I didn't
It's
have the chance.
sorry.
Confession, I didn't have a chance to rewatch the movie before we did the podcast because I was busy. So I was, yeah, my memory was not amazing. So I was relying on the wiki a little for that info.
It's
No,
Maya,
man.
by the way, was the 4th one.
Who was it?
Lady
I didn't hear.
Maya.
Who's Maya?
Yeah, who was that?
MYA, the Y with the accent mark over it.
I don't know who that is still.
Yeah, that is like nothing to me.
She what is her? It's All About Me is her first single. Ghetto Superstar, Take Me There.
Oh,
Did not-
Ghetto Super. She's the singer in Ghetto Superstar. Okay.
Yeah. Or one of. It's a collaborative.
Well, yeah,
single
but it's like
for
she's the
Wikipedia.
female voice
Yes,
in that.
yes. Probably that cover of Lady Marmalade is what has, I guess, stood the test of time the most, at least to my knowledge. She seems to be still active, but she is not as a name stood the test of time as much as Christina Aguilera, Pink, and Lil Kim.
I've never heard of this woman until now. I'm like looking at a wiki and I was like, I don't recognize any of this except Moulin Rouge. It's crazy.
Okay. And Ghetto
S-
Superstar is the song from what's that Warren Beatty movie called?
Bulworth?
Bulworth, yeah.
Oh my god, no way.
It was written
and
for
it's
Bulworth.
the chorus of it is a pastiche on Islands in the Stream, right?
Yeah. Ghetto
Yeah.
Superstar. Exactly.
Oh, it's that song? Oh, I do
Yeah.
know that song. I do know that song. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You
do
probably know it from fucking Todd in the Shadows.
I do. I have heard music. I've probably heard it like on the radio.
And I think you heard it because you watched Todd in the Shadows, though.
You folks heard of music?
I have
Anyway,
heard music.
we're still in New York, by the way. We haven't even
Yeah.
gotten to Casablanca. So he gets sent to Casablanca because someone breaks into his apartment and steals a drawing he did as a child that ends up being steals something he got sent in the mail from the guy from Egypt from earlier. And also the drawings are important later, I guess. But he gets a key or something. It's I don't know, but he goes to Casablanca. He does a bad Bogart impression.
I wrote down that is a terrible Bogart impression.
It's I find it charming how bad it is. I think it's it reads as realistic that's a normal person doing a bad Bogart impression.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be good. I think Noah Wiley's very aware, especially too because like Noah Wiley's like actually like very knowledgeable film guy, like especially like film noir. So I think he was probably having a lot of fun with those silly scenes in
Yeah.
Casablanca.
I like the very bad CGI green screened in invisible Bob Newhart when he
Yeah.
turns visible behind Jane Curtin. I thought that was fun. It's stupid, but it's fun.
I love Jane Curtin in this movie. Like her brief scenes with just her like insane like why not energy. Like
Yeah,
she just
I really wish
she
she was
rocks
in
the
more of
trunk.
this. Like
Yeah.
She's so good.
is she in the third one?
She is, yeah. Like again, they don't have many scenes here in Bob Newhart, unfortunately. It's a more like limited capacity in third one, but they are both in it. Charlene also does end up in a few episodes of the show as well, whereas Bob Newhart's really only in the first episode, and then he doesn't continue on because like spoilers, but his character like dies, so yeah.
Good
I think
for
that's
him.
a spoiler you told us last time as well.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God he died. In the show.
The character
In the
or Bob
show.
Newhart for real?
I'm sad the person died, but I'm glad he
Clip
got
that.
out of the
Clip that.
Librarians.
Clip that. Eliza is glad that Bob Newhart is dead.
Yeah, actually, I am actually killed him myself.
You are actually killed him.
He did
I am actually killed him. We get more
so
Indiana
mean to
Jones.
me.
Yeah. We get more Indiana Jones riff, pastiche, homage, whatever, with the plane flying on the map. I don't know if this is something that has ever actually happened in a movie or something that I'm pulling from a movie or something that I came up with myself, but I always want there to be a bit where like you get that set up where you have the plane, transition shot of the plane flying from somewhere to another. And then after that scene, you get another one where it's still the full globe and you see a car move like one tick just for where they're driving to the next location. But we're still doing the full globe for it. I think that's a funny joke, and they don't do that in this movie, but I just wanted to put that joke out there into the world because I think it's funny.
There's definitely been jokes about that, but I'm not sure if it's that specifically.
I feel like I've seen in a movie before, like a joke where they're doing like the plane flying over the map, but then like the plane starts like, especially with the little like dots, dashes behind it, and it just starts going all the way in circles and like seemingly like going lost. So I feel like I've seen that in a movie, but again, I couldn't say where. Like I couldn't place
I think
it.
I can. There's like it was like a 90s or 2000s Looney Tunes thing that I had on DVD when I was a kid. No, not that. It was like a vaguely horror, not really horror, but like, kids horror thing hosted by Daffy Duck, that would go into like individual shorts. I remember there was a Chupacabra one. But there's one that I think is maybe a mummy something or something other like that. And you get a shot like that where you have the map and you see the like thing, moving around with the ticks, and then it starts going all over the place. And then you see a fly swatter, and it was just a fly flying around a globe, and it's unrelated to what we're actually seeing of the characters. And I had forgotten that bit until just now. But
yeah, I feel like must have probably said something similar.
Anyway, he goes to Casablanca and he crashes Emily Davenport's dig. And my very first thing I wrote down when we saw her was this discount Rebecca Ferguson.
Put some respect on Gabrielle Anwar's name, who I looked into her career because I feel like I would know her from something, and I don't. I just know the name. She is the one who does the tango with Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman, I guess is like her most notable film role or something.
That's crazy.
She's in the Body Snatchers remake and 93's Three Musketeers. Like,
I looked up the Daffy Duck thing. I guess it was a Flash animated like web series thing that I just had on DVD called Mysterious Phenomena of the Unexplained. There was a Bigfoot one, aliens, crop circles, Bermuda Triangle, Shakespeare's Curse. I don't know what that one means. The Loch Ness Monster and Chupacabra. What's Shakespeare's Curse? Oh, I do remember this one vaguely. It's Taz is like an actor.
Like Hamlet.
Yes, and he gets like cursed to become a good actor. Or something like that. Where he can like speak.
Sorry, I just realized I do know Gabrielle Anwar because my parents used to love Burn Notice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I vaguely remember that show on TV, but I never watched it really.
Another Bruce Campbell thing.
I really liked Emily. Like I said, I think she's great. Also, Eliza, I have to ask: did you Leo pointing meme when one of my reaction gifs came up in that scene where like she's kind of first introduced in the dig?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? I literally sent it to you like yesterday.
Let me see. Let me see.
I'm fucking sending it again now. Hold on. It's so funny too because half these GIFs I use I've just made myself.
Speaking of sending things,
I see this GIF that you sent me, but I don't remember you ever using this before now.
I've used it a bunch, like on my.
It's not near as iconic as the statue one.
Oh, the statue one I had to handcraft myself. It's like my magnum opus. Has Gordon seen it?
I have not. I mean, I've seen the movie, so I know the thing of it. But
Eliza, could you send
I'm sending to him now because she edited it with that AI Ash baby thing.
There you go. Also, Zara, I know I follow you on Twitter, but remind me what your ad is so I can also send you this thing I'm about to send to Eliza.
Okay. It is. I never use my man anymore, but it's Barbie Swan Lake because I have great taste.
Okay. It won't let me DM you because you don't follow me.
Oh my god, I don't. Pause.
What is your evil.
Mark Wahlberg. But I'm gonna send this to because I found the Looney Tunes wiki page for Mysterious Phenomena of the Unexplained, and it has a gallery that has one image, and it's I gotta send it to the both of you.
Debbie Duck's hairy brother-in-law, who is the cameraman,
as the only image worth noting from entirety of Mysterious Phenomena of the Unexplained, which because Daffy Duck is the one who says it, that's a lot of big syllable words. You can expect he's gonna say it funny and weird, huh?
Daffy Duck's hairy brother-in-law who's the cameraman.
No, not that part. The title. I don't think he says that. I meant the title of the show. Anyway, we're in Casablanca. He does a bit where he like does another Bogart impression to the taxi driver, and the guy's like, "Oh, from the movie Casablanca. How delightfully original." And I thought that was fun.
God is ours.
Yeah. And so we're at the dig, and he does some lies. And
does some lies.
He does some lies. And she is not having it, so she threatens to get him kicked out. So he leaves. Comes back at night. They find a secret chamber and get attacked by a guy, but he sees the Mason necklace and lets them go with the key, and they are doing their squabbling because they're one-upping each other because they're both smart and annoying. And then some more guys show up, and so they escape through a tunnel, and then a second tunnel. I'm mostly just filling in the gaps to get to my next note, which is Jonathan Frakes, the convicted felon, turns to new husband.
Let's go back.
That's quite a while into the movie.
I did write that down, but the second time when they're talking, Flynn and Emily, when they're in the little hut, there's a moment where he hits his head on a lamp, and there is this coconut bonk sound effect, and it's just like it just struck me as strange. It's like, that's a lamp, it's not a coconut. Why do you use that sound effect?
Well, it's because it's Flynn Carson's head, which is empty.
True. Completely brainless man.
Yes.
He had to take the brain out to fit all the knowledge in. That's why he's got no social skills, but he memorized the earth.
He put the earth in his tiny little brain.
I do think we did not spend enough time last episode really unpacking the implications of I memorized the earth.
I mean, what else is there to say? He memorized the earth.
What do you mean, though, Flynn?
Well, like, he has like encyclopedic knowledge of like geography, topography, like all this kind of shit. So like I guess like that's what, and like maps and everything. So I think like that's kind of what he meant in addition to like his other like extensive knowledge.
Wait.
Does he know where my house is? Does he know the immediate like how much of the like back up your claim, Flynn Carson? If you memorized the earth, what's down the block from my house?
But question, I think like he memorized the earth. I took that to really mean just like he memorized like where cities are, landscapes. But then it's like in this one, he doesn't know that there's a river right near the fucking dig site.
He knows there's a river. He just doesn't know if there's going to be water there.
But he only knows there's a river because of the plant life, not because he just knows there's a river there. It would make more sense if he just knew there was a river there. True. Especially because it's like the Colorado River. It's famous.
In the first film, he's able to identify half of the shit he can with his memorizing of the earth because he's identifying the local plants and fauna. Like he identifies the fucking bird in the sky. Like it's because he's like
so he hasn't memorized the earth. Skills. He's just good at GeoGuessr.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, he'd probably be really fucking good at it.
Because the GeoGuessr guys, they always just like they're able to identify like where people are, like mainly based on like the grass and like the clouds and like the stars and shit. It's just like
I don't think he would know somebody's exact address off the top of his head because it's like that would be it. But he would probably be able to put enough context clues together to be able to figure out the general location of where somebody is if you showed him a picture of the house based on things like like plant life, trees, everything like that. Even like the weather, you know. Like,
that makes sense.
And actually, this is just making me want like a Rainbow like documentary travel series. Like let's send him around the world. Like he already is going around the world. Like he went to his favorite like a Google Maps Street View location, and then like I think he's moving to like Taiwan or something.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they get a honeymoon thing.
Yes.
Van bus to go somewhere that they have to go next that the sword guy told them to go to. gave them instructions about the breasts of Sheba and the eye of something. And they get on this honeymoon bus, and who's there but a woman that
Deborah.
Flynn knows, Deborah, who
Deborah.
works with convicted felons and introduces her new husband that she's on the honeymoon bus with, director cameo Jonathan Frakes. Because I feel like we have not spent enough time talking about how this movie was directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Oh yeah, he also directs the next film, and he just directed like numerous episodes of the television show as well.
I wonder.
Does he show up at any? Is this the only time he appears on screen in the whole series, or does he have more cameos?
He possibly has maybe more cameos, but I cannot remember like off the top of my head if he's appeared again on screen. Like he might have, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think
I
it would
need
be
to
really
double-check.
funny if this is the only time he actually shows up, and the rest of it he's just in it for the love of the game.
It might be might be possible to. Like I said, it's possible he has, but I
Yeah.
can't remember off the top of my head.
I wish Carl became like a running character on the show.
Also, do you guys remember that Deborah was from the first movie, right?
I
What?
did not.
Oh, is she the one that shows
Yeah,
up for the date at the house, and he's
Yeah.
like weird?
Yeah, because she says
he
she
always
like works
is.
with convicted. She works with convicted felons and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, that's her. So she turns up again.
Whoa.
So that's kind of like a follow-up gag.
Continuity. Now she's
Yeah,
married to Jonathan
continuity.
Frakes.
Yeah.
You
And
you can't get the female lead of your first movie, but you can get the random
can
actress
get Deborah.
who's a date.
You can get Deborah. Jonathan Frakes, by the way, with a buzz cut, which is really unsettling.
Yeah, shaved head, tattoos, like
He's
the
got like
works.
kind of a beard. It's not the full Riker, but he's not like clean shaven Riker either. It's like a weird stubble situation.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think I
really
recognize him at all
unsettling.
different. Yeah.
It's
It's
is real. I did not. It was like uncanny valley shit. How he like moves into frame from behind someone's head. There's like someone in the seat in front of him, and he like moves his head to the side, and just all of a sudden you get like 1 second of buzzcut Frakes, and it freaked me out. And so then,
yeah.
because they have to keep up airs about being on this honeymoon bus, they have to pretend they're on a honeymoon. And so everyone on the bus starts singing Here Comes the, right? They start singing Here Comes the, or they're humming it and throwing rice at them as if none of the rest of them are also there on their honeymoon.
Yeah,
and as if they
honeymoon
have
bus.
been there for long enough to have established this as like, you know, canon to the bus that they do for every new couple. For this honeymoon bus that stops like pretty soon.
I guess
I don't know what's
like it's like
The
a
world revolves around Flynn Cosson.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah what my imagination is that like this is just like a continuous running like tour bus that like kind of goes in a loop around Europe or Africa or Asia, wherever they are, I forget. And it's like they and just like continuously run, so it's like you can hop on whenever and hop off whenever, so it's like
yeah.
every new couple that gets on the bus, they celebrate by throwing rice at them or whatever, and then it just happens every time there's a new person on the bus.
Yeah, my understanding at the very least was that it was just kind of like a general tour bus and wasn't like a couple one specifically. And
It
was
says
more
It
like-
says on the
tour,
side
yeah.
it's honeymoon.
It does say
tour.
honeymoon inside? Okay, I don't remember
Yeah.
that. My bad. Can
It's
can
an
you tell what
always-
I'm paying attention to, what I'm not paying attention to?
It's an eternal honeymoon bus around, you know, the middle of not the Sahara Desert, but it's like, you know, northern Africa.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause they have traveled from Casablanca at this point, but not
Yeah.
that far.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, if you want to make sense of the gag in canon, because otherwise it makes no fucking sense that Eliza's
yeah.
explanation is the most reasonable.
because it's like I feel like they have those things where it is like a tour bus, like a continuously running thing, but it just feels
Yeah,
feels like a weird location to do it.
Yeah.
it is weird.
But yeah, I don't know.
So then they, on their 2-day walk from there, find a guy buried in the sand up to his neck. And they save him, and he offers them riches and women. and they end up declining that and instead ask him to help them on a boat, and he helps them on a boat.
Quick
and there's
question.
skip boats.
You skipped something. You said they declined it. She declines
Oh
it.
yes, yes.
Flynn
He
is
is
like, how many women?
he's very interested in being given women.
Which this is like this specific scene. Like, first of all, I wrote down like most Solomon's Mines movies. This has some pretty nature scenes, but it's ultimately boring and kind of racist. And secondly, I wrote down Flynn, you pig. Where it's just
Yeah.
like it's just he's so fucking awful in this. Like, he's just not a good person. Fuck him. Kill yourself, Flynn. Please. Do the world a favor.
In this letter you go, but Mickey, right?
What'd you say?
Like I said, when they're slandering your goat, but they're low-key right.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I think a lot of the kind of I feel like this one is probably the more overtly like that's saying something. With the first one definitely has issues, but I feel like this one, yeah, has a lot more misogynistic elements in that when it's because from the decision to make Flynn more like cocky and confident in this movie, and it's kind of just like again. I feel like it stems from this is like Flynn's rebound movie, and that's why it's like the worst one. Because it's just
Mhm.
kind of like, man, I'm just like, okay, like you don't have to act this way, my guy. Like you can chill out a little. I think too, it's like he still has issues in the next film, obviously. And I think these movies really set up all the interesting things the TV show does with him and his arc, and him having to deal with these issues, especially when he meets his main and final in true love interest, Eve Baird, um, and like confronting all those things. But like, yeah, it's very funny because it's like he's just like, okay, chill out, and then the next movie is like, okay, yeah, he's kind of taking like a chill pill a little bit in the third film. He's kind of like a bit older now. He's chilling out a little bit. Um, yeah, I think the thing is too is like Flynn is a character in that original trilogy, especially because like the first film, he's literally 30 and still in university. Like, so they have a very much like arrested development kind of thing set up with him, and I think that like really shows for the worst, even as he's matured a little bit in the way they develop him in the second film. Because it's kind of like, oh, it's just kind of like you're like in your 30s, man. Like you gotta not act this way now. Like, you gotta
Yeah.
stop it. But I
Yeah.
also find that to be very compelling about his character, especially like I said, how that gets handled later in the franchise. So it's like it's bad, but like it ends up being interesting. But I understand why other people don't enjoy that. But yeah.
So we get
Okay,
Does that make sense?
so you're telling me to kill myself because I don't like Cesar. I think that's what you're saying.
You're
Well,
very
yes, not
fixated on suicide this
Oh,
episode. Is everything okay?
I mean, I'm always fixated on suicide, but no, nothing specific. In fact, this has been like a really great week for me. Is the thing.
That's good.
yay!
Yay.
Only the librarian could ruin it.
Oh, exactly. Like this alone is the low point of my week.
I will say I think it is so funny because this is a thing that Eliza and I have had throughout most of our friendship is I will absolutely love something and I will finally get Eliza to watch it and she's like, this is the worst thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like, she
That
hates
is the
so
story.
much.
That's the story of this podcast as well.
I mean, that doesn't happen that often. With like, I hate something you like.
Not always, but it happens.
I guess it happened like with 3 of the original movies we've talked about this month, where it's like,
I mean,
you
those
you
were
really
ones that I
like-
hadn't seen before, so it was not a case where I was like bringing them to you in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wait, so how many have we done any movies where you've seen them before when we talked about them?
yes. The Ruddles was that.
Mm-hmm.
Magical Mystery Tour was that.
I had also seen
Resting
that.
Game I had seen.
And that was one you were specifically not I forced you to watch it because you hated
Yes.
it so much.
Yeah, you did. It was also relevant to the month. Otherwise, I would have
Yeah,
um,
it had to
push
be
back against
two
that.
people had to specifically die in order for you to watch it.
And I'm not saying that Eliza murdered them for the sake of getting me to watch it on the podcast, but I'm not denying it. I also had seen Dracula 3000 twice.
Yes.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Blackadder's Christmas Carol. I had seen both
Yeah.
of those. I think
Meanwhile,
that's it.
for me, it's just like I am showing you things like Hot Frosty and Evening Primrose, Phantom of the Megaplex. Um,
Three
oh,
movies that we know you like the exact same amount.
I mean,
Yeah, so Eliza's basically saying, so I'm showing good movies and the rest of you guys suck.
yes. Well, actually, Gordon, like I liked Weston Game, and like I didn't like Dracula 3000. That is still
Well, yeah,
uh
you're not supposed to like Dracula 3000. That's not the point of watching Dracula 3000.
uh yeah, I liked Weston Game. What was the other one? Oh, The
The
Ruddles
Ruddles
was
you
3 out of
liked.
5. I've Magical Mystery Tour I loved on a rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Anyway, I don't
but yeah, the
remember
point of
why
this
we.
podcast is that we're watching movies we haven't seen before usually.
Yeah. It sounds
Anyway,
like you're wrapping up the episode, even though we are nowhere near
we're nowhere near.
done. This is
Uh,
going to be a
but
very long
I
episode.
also only
We
have
haven't even
3 more
talked about
notes.
mentors. I have a few more than that. More.
Okay,
Um.
so
So anyway, there are hippos, like I said 15 minutes ago, and they give
yes,
them chocolate. And then they find the mountains that are boobs, and they go there. At some point, they get
let's
on a
skip
train
to
and
Uncle
find
Jerry.
Jerry. They get Jerry on a train, and he's there, and he gives her a sexy dress and tells her about the time that Flynn, as a child, got in a fight with Stephen Hawking. Um, and then they fight and fight
Did
and
he
fight,
know?
and yes, um, maybe that's what the fight was about. Um, but they fight and fight about being romantic or not, and are they going to make out or are they going to be pedantic? And then she says something about music, and that makes he remembers that music exists, and that's what lets him know that the map is actually sheet music. And he plays the key like a flute, and it makes 3D stuff come out of the map. And then the next scene, she's still uh, skeptical about whether King Solomon's mines exist, even though she saw a magic map, and it was so magic that she had to have sex with him about it. Um, so that's like
So,
20 minutes of the movie that we've
and then
just.
this is when his knowledge of the Earth comes in because it's like he sees the 3D rendering of these mountains and he's like, oh, it's these mountains. That's where we have to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
They're in there.
Got to get
I
us to the next
think
location.
I think that scene is like really frustrating me too because it's like in theory I could see a version of that where like it was better like written where it could be like a fun romance where it's just like there are like two intelligent characters who get like turned on by like each other's intellect. Like you know you can see that working in theory, but the way it plays out in the movie, you're just like you look at Emily and you're like, what does he have for you? Like you know, I was like, Emily, he's not worth your time like that, bro. Like maybe like be friends with him, but like at
Yeah.
most, but
And
don't don't fuck him.
and it's just like at one point he's like she keeps on like correcting him, and even when he's trying to be romantic and reciting a poem, she's still correcting him. And it's just like and he starts like gets up and yells at her. It's just like, why don't you just trust me one time? And my internal response is because you're a stupid fuck up, Flynn. It's just like you fuck things up so often. Don't you see that?
Oh my God. With this letter you go. No, um, it's like it's frustrating because it's like you can see the conflict they're trying to create and like but it just doesn't work. Like I said, if they had
Yeah.
not made it romantic, I think it would have worked. I think it would have been better. Like if the relationship they established before things romantic, like remained throughout the whole film, and she's more like a friend and a partner. And again, like narratively, before she just becomes love interest, she's like functionally she's a mirror for Flynn. She's like serving as basically like something for him to be jealous of. Like she has more degrees than him. She was basically like more successful. Like she was basically going out and living the life that he was too scared to live himself before the library. Like, because the opening of the first film, right? He's basically doing a pretend dig. Like he's basically doing pretend archaeology. Like he's not actually out in the field. So she's essentially like the version of him that didn't become the librarian but was better at life. like she's more successful, she's got more field experience, she's like got better life experience, everything like that. And so like that's what's really interesting about their relationship with them being so similar, is that she's basically like better Flynn. And then it becomes romantic and it's just kind of like, okay, like way to take all the intrigue out of it. You know what I mean? Like because it has to be Flynn's rebound movie because Nicole's not here, so we have to give him another woman to fuck, and it's like, okay,
And the thing
thanks,
is,
guys.
it's like the first, like the way the women are portrayed in both the first one and the same one and the second one are kind of similar, where it's like you have these two women who are pretty equal with Flynn intellectually, but it's but then it's like they're clearly just there for him to eventually hook up with them. And it's like the only difference is that in the first one, she's the one leading him everywhere. In the second one, he's the one leading her everywhere. And that change alone just so ruins like a character and just feels a lot more misogynistic because it's like again, it's just like you have this character who is just there to really be a love interest. And it's like you're trying to make up for it by making her a smart character. But in this one, it's like you still just have her be something for him to drag along rather than like a character of herself with her own thing. It's like at the very least in the first one, she is like has more agency and is like helping him to be better. And it's just like again, it's just bad. It's so stupid. It's just a typical trope with so much shit for centuries. It's just lazy.
Yeah, and it's like again, like I reference the TV show a lot, but it's because I do think that everything that is set up that they don't necessarily do well or explore in that original trilogy is then brought up and done, I think, really well in the TV show. Like I think the things that are established here that are not the like overtly misogynistic aspects within the relationship with Emily, like he's bad at teamwork, he doesn't cooperate well with people. He's very prideful and like arrogant. These are all traits that he like they have him like confront and deal with in the TV show that like goes into his arc like really well. And so it's like really frustrating because it's just like they clearly it's like you guys could do it because you did it. So it's like why did you do it well here when you first did it? You know what I mean? Like it's like they're so lucky they got a second go around basically with the TV show.
Mhm.
Um, it's honestly like I don't even know how they managed to pull off making the TV show because like I don't think the films did badly or whatever. Like I don't fully understand like American ratings or anything like that, but I they weren't like hits or anything. They weren't like decoms or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
weren't like there wasn't a huge demand for Librarian movies. So that's why I'm like I wonder like what the incentive was to even do the TV show.
It means
Because I
probably
know it was
just one person talked to the right person was able to convince them that this is a worthwhile thing.
well, I know it's because I think it's probably because of Dean Devlin, because like he's the main producer and he's pretty much produced and worked on Librarian franchise since the beginning. He's done so much shit, like Stargate, like he's done a bunch of shit for like TNT, I think, and like
Okay.
other
So that's it.
services.
It's that guy was just passionate about it and wanted to
I
make
think it's
more.
Dean I yeah, I think it's Dean Devlin, but it's just it's so interesting because you're just looking at the original trilogy and you're like, man, it's like I love these films, but like I look at other people like you and I'm just like, yeah, man, I see why like these weren't very successful.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
fact it got like what how many seasons was it? Like four?
Four, yeah, and it was supposed to get more, but it got canceled.
Like that's as many seasons as Mentors.
Whoa.
And that was in Canada.
That's crazy. What a
Anyway,
beautiful segue.
So we're continuing on in the Librarian
yeah.
movie, the second one. Um,
Specify which movie we're talking.
it's the subtitle. The Librarian,
the Librarian, the second one.
They're all the second one this month. Tech Lord's the second one.
Tech Lord 2, the second one.
So the bedtime story
Tech Lord, the second one.
Okay. The drawings from his childhood are maps because his dad was a mason or something. I don't know. He knows all this stuff. Something. They find the mines. The bad guys and Indian JB Smoove have Jerry at gunpoint and then surprise Jerry's actually bad. And I don't know why they had to do that fake out if he's just going to reveal himself 5 seconds later anyway. It does nothing.
Yeah.
And so Jerry's evil and an incel because the whole reason he's evil is because he was in love with Olympia Dukakis. But because Noah Wyle with a mustache is the one that swept her off her feet, he had to murder him. And then also did not try to leverage that to get with Olympia Dukakis in any meaningful way after the fact. So I don't even know what the plan, like, it would be one thing if he was doing a King Claudius and he like murdered Noah Wyle dad and then got with the mom. But he doesn't even do that. He doesn't even try. He just continues to be an incel about it decades later. So I don't know what his deal is, but Jerry's evil and he throws them in a hole of water and tries to summon some lava guy so that he can go back in time and fuck Olympia Dukakis.
That should be what the Dial of Destiny is about.
Trying to fuck Olympia Dukakis?
Just going back in time to fuck somebody, but yeah, it can make it be Olympia Dukakis.
It should always be Olympia Dukakis.
Yeah, the Nazis' evil plan to go back in time and fuck Olympia Dukakis.
More movies, I think, should be about trying to go back in time and fuck Olympia Dukakis. Just like, even as like a B plot. Even as like a B plot. Like, no, put that in the Odyssey. That's your Christopher Nolan time travel stuff is going back in time to fuck Olympia Dukakis.
No, it's like Freebirds. It's like, we're gonna go back in time to put Olympia Dukakis back on the menu.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't like you saying that. I don't like that way. So they get put in a giant tube that has water in it. And there's more, the water is rising and the ceiling is falling. And Noah Wyle drowns. And he goes to a beach with Bob Newhart, who's flying a kite. And he tells him to not be dead, so he's not dead. And he comes back. There's ghosts. There's a fight. Flynn almost succumbs to the evil and tries to go back in time and unkill his dad.
To fuck Olympia Dukakis?
No, not quite that. And now I'm just in my head going, unkill my dad.
What?
Unbreak My Heart, only it's Unkill My Dad.
I have no idea what that song is.
Okay, it's a song called Unbreak My Heart, but instead
by who?
I don't know. I just know the song.
Okay.
I don't know. Wait, I don't know who did every song. I just know that
if you're referencing a song, I would think you know who did it.
That's definitely not the case. There's a lot of songs you could hum or even sing the chorus of and don't know who they're by.
Anyway, for this whole ending set piece, it's just like, I just wrote down, this ending is so stupid. From basically a set piece that combines Temple of Doom and Raiders. And then it goes on to
the Librarian, the first one.
And yeah. And then it goes on to, like, there's a Casablanca pastiche thing too. It's so stupid. It's all so stupid and ironic.
Indian JB Smoove gets set on fire and then also swarmed by bats while he's on fire, which is kind of overkill, but like it's a good bit.
And
it's
then,
kind of a good bit.
And then Uncle Jerry Gollums it after Flynn tosses the Song of Solomon into the lava.
And he does a very bad CGI dive right into the lava, but he lands on something, so he has a few moments of screaming before the lava sort of schlumps him into it and
Yeah, he
burns
lands on
him.
like the portal to the past or whatever.
I
Basically
guess
the Visicron screen from Mentors. He lands on
it
that, but then it
looks
gets covered
it's
by
like
lava.
it's like a big view screen whale. And it does kind of look like a big lava whale that has a TV on its back, like a
Yeah,
reverse
this
Teletubby.
the
Only it's a
CG
whale.
in this. You would think in the sequel the CG would be better, but the CG is worse than the first film, and I feel like that's because they probably blew a good chunk of their budget on having more location-based shooting.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's so like I think that's the big one of the issues with like because the plot like you guys said I'm not going to disagree with you like there's a lot I like about it from a character perspective. Again, I think wanting to explore like Flynn's parental like relationship and stuff with his dad is a good jumping off point because we've already established that shit in the first movie. But the way they go about it is so stupid and it's so clear they're just trying to do as many set pieces as they can. Like they want to do like the sort of like adventure thing where they go to all these different locations, stuff like that. But then it's like, guys, you kind of forgot to write a good plot to go with it. Like, what the fuck is half of this shit?
Yeah.
Like, especially too, like I think I mentioned this earlier. I was like, I again, I like the idea of Flynn having to like deal with like his issues relating to like not having a father figure in his life. And like you can tell like in the general structure of the movie, like Uncle Jerry is meant to be the guy who was the kind of pseudo father figure or whatever. But then like especially too with like later canon, but even with this own film, it's kind of like, okay, but like clearly he's not that present in Flynn's life. Like, I mean, he's been around, but clearly if he was more present, like again, like Gordon said, wouldn't he have actually successfully gotten with Olympia Dukakis if they were that close? Like,
Yeah, he's just sort of like Flynn is surprised that he's there at his surprise birthday party.
yeah,
I think there's some line about how like his mom had to track him down to like give him the invite, and even then it was like she wasn't sure he was even going to show up.
yeah.
Um,
Uncle Jerry feels more like some guy who was nice to Flynn not long after his dad died, so Flynn just has like vague, nice memories of him, but like no real like attachment. Like they don't have like a real relationship, so it feels like so forced the conflict throughout the whole movie. But it's just like you don't need Uncle Jerry. Like half the Mason shit to just do something interesting about a dead dad plot. That's not hard to pull off.
yeah,
Like,
I did, by the way, just because we've been calling him Indian JB Smoove, I do want to shout out that actor Eric Avari, who is, you know, totally fine as a menacing presence. Got a real interesting career filmography. Just to select some titles that you have heard of over the years. He's in Encino Man. He's in Stargate, Independence Day, The Mummy, the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes remake, Home Alone 4 Taking Back the House, The Master of Disguise, Charlie Wilson's War, apparently, Paul
Hey.
Blart Mall Cop, Hachi, A Dog's Tale, and to circle back, also, I guess not even, yeah, is in a movie called Flight of the Living Dead Outbreak on a Plane, a direct to video zombie movie, which was originally called Plain Dead. I don't know what that means.
that's such a good title. So, like Plain Dead, that's
And
fun.
oh, okay, I get it. That's a stretch. That's a real but the main actor, the lead actor in that movie. So then the last name is spelled with a CH, not a J, just to preface that. But his name is David Chisholm, which just sounds like your last name is Chisholm, and that can't be great for that guy.
No.
Oh man. But anyway, Eric Avari, he's also quite a few TV credits.
Yeah. Him being in Stargate, Dean Devlin's web connects them all.
There you go.
Anyway,
Are there any?
do you have any
other-
more notes about this movie, Gordon?
I have some YouTube comments. I have some awards stuff. Oh,
Award
this
stuff?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Emmy.
the Emmy noms. That's right. I thought you meant like Dennehy stuff. I was just
No.
like, you don't talk about that on this. Only I could do that.
Some other stuff, though. There's a couple things I pulled from the IMDb trivia. This was directed by Jonathan Frakes. As an actor, he is perhaps best known as Commander William Riker on Star Trek: The Next Generation. As a director, he has been nicknamed Two Takes Frakes for the usual number of attempts before he is satisfied with the scene. Thank you, IMDb. This one is also Two Takes Frakes. This is another trivia thing that is. I always love when someone puts something into the IMDb trivia that is clearly a goof, but they don't know that that section exists, so they just air out their personal grievances in the trivia. At about 26 minutes, the librarian leaves Casablanca Airport, according to the sign behind him. The sign also states international arrivals and international arrivée. The English is correct. The French should be arrivées internationales. As Casablanca is in Morocco, a former French colony where Arabic and French are the official languages, the sign makers should know better.
What the fuck?
The TNT production, bro. They are getting paid to know
the
better.
sign makers should know better. Like you have to. Do you have to put that in there?
There someone contributing to the IMDb trivia. Of course they do. The cinematographer is a DP named Walt Lloyd, which the Wikipedia page for this movie does hyperlink not to the cinematographer Walt Lloyd, but to Walt Lloyd, the character from Lost.
Oh my god, that's why that stuck out to you. Oh my god,
it did, but I did like hover over him to like see his career, and he is, he's shot Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and Shortcuts, and To Sleep with Anger, and Empire Records, Kafka, The Santa Claus, Superstar, the Molly Shannon SNL one, not.
Oh, this guy's done like real movies.
Yeah,
I was about to say it's like crazy that this guy's a real cinematographer and it also did The Librarian.
Yeah, he also did in 2005 a TV movie called Trump Unauthorized about Donald Trump, where he's played by Louis Ferreira, who is the guy who says his name in Breaking Bad out in the desert, where Walter White is like, say my name, and the guy says Heisenberg. It's that guy. That's the guy who plays Trump in this.
Weird.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
He also was the DP on a TV series that I didn't know existed called Karen Cisco, which is apparently like a spinoff about the character that J-Lo plays in Out of Sight. Only here she's played by Carla Gugino, and the other series leads are Bill Duke and Robert Forster.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Sounds good.
And some other actors that appeared over the 10-episode run include Danny DeVito, Gary Cole, Kate Walsh, Patrick Dempsey, Oba Babatunde, Billy Burke, and Omar Benson Miller, Cornbread from Sinners.
That sounds like a real thing. Like
it does.
It only lasts 10 episodes.
I want to seek that out because Carla Gugino as Karen Cisco, and then Bill Duke and Robert Forster as your like other leads. That could be something.
That sounds good. Like, what the fuck?
San Francisco American. Has good ratings. 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.2 on IMDb. Whoa. Okay, this lasted a long time. Okay.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Okay, 11 episodes, but it's 2003 to 2007.
Oh, weird.
Wait, what? Why does it say ended in 2007? It lasted till 2004. Why does IMDb say 2007?
I wonder
maybe it's air dates. Like it got canceled halfway through the actual airing, and then they aired the rest of the episodes a few years later.
The Wikipedia page does seem to say that its final episode did air in 2004, which, by the way, series finale directed by Catherine Bigelow.
What the fuck?
Okay. What it was, I figured it out. The unaired pilot was never aired, but then apparently aired on TV in 2007.
I was close.
Okay. You were close. It's exactly right.
Danny DeVito was an executive producer on this. Interesting.
That's crazy.
Wait, I don't remember Carla Gugino showing up as Karen Cisco in an episode of Justified, but okay.
Backdoor pilot.
The fuck?
No, like several years later.
Oh, that's even weirder.
In 2012. Just because it's Elmore Leonard, like they're both based on Elmore Leonard stuff, so like it's sort of in universe, like how Michael Keaton shows up for the one scene in Out of Sight as the same character he played in Jackie Brown.
Yeah, I was
did
gonna
not know
say,
that.
like,
I did not
it's
Yeah.
realize
gotta be like, are they like written like by the same writer? You know what I mean? Because I know
Yeah.
that happens in like sitcoms and like TV sometimes. It's
I
like
just
they'll
I
just
just don't
introduce random
remember
characters.
an episode where Carla Gugino shows up in Justified. Weird.
That's crazy.
Award stuff to get into that. Just to continue to prolong the mentors talk.
just to make this
just to-
episode the longest one we've ever done.
It's already the longest one. This got 2
My
Emmy
power.
nominations.
Yes.
Nominated for Outstanding Music Composition for a Miniseries Movie or a Special (Original Dramatic Score), where it loses to Nightmares and Dreamscapes from the Stories of Stephen King for the pilot episode Battleground, which
Oh.
I did not know this existed as a 1 episode or a 1 series anthology thing of like short story Stephen King adaptations, but that shows up a lot in the various awards that this movie was nominated for. It also is nominated for sound editing for a miniseries movie or special, which it loses to Burying My Heart at Wounded Knee. Critics' Choice, it's a nominee for Best Picture Made for Television, which it loses to the Helen Mirren, Hugh Dancy, Jeremy Irons, Elizabeth I movie.
Ugh.
What?
The-
What was that response, Zara?
I'm sorry, but like, of course it lost her that. It sounds boring as fuck.
It sounds
Yeah.
like an actual movie, like unlike this.
Boo!
Sounds like
Boo
something
actual
that is actually
movies.
watchable.
Boo! Boo! Actual movies.
The American Society of Cinematographers, it's nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Cinematography in Television Movie /Miniseries /Pilot. Loses to Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Again, the Stephen King thing.
I should check this out.
I only looked at the plot descriptions for like 2 episodes of it, but it's got like William H. Macy is in one of them.
Oh.
Let's see who else showed up in this. Tom Berenger, William H. Macy, Stephen Weber, Ron Livingston, William Hurt, Samantha Mathis, Jeremy Sisto, Claire Forlani, Cody Smith McPhee in 2006, who would have been like 10 years old.
Yeah, child.
Greta Scacchi, Marsha Mason was apparently in there at some point. Mia Sarah. I'm just like scrolling through to see what names I recognize.
Yes, Sarah, my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you say Steven Weber?
I did say Steven Weber.
Do you guess what?
What?
Steven Weber was in an episode of The Librarians.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Nah, I think
Henry
you're wrong
Thomas.
about that.
Henry Thomas, kid from E.T., is in an episode
shit.
as well.
That's crazy. Actually,
Henry Thomas was in a really good. Have you guys seen like any of Masters of Horror? Like, has that come up while you guys have been doing this podcast?
That's one that we've decided we're not counting.
I figured it wouldn't qualify for the podcast, but just like has it like
we know
through.
of it.
Yeah, Henry Thomas was in a really good episode of that. I haven't seen all of them, but I've watched like individual different ones. There was one that he did I thought he was really great in.
I feel like I've
it was,
heard
like,
that.
Was it chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was chocolate.
I'll take your word for it. Also at the Saturn Awards is nominated for best present, or it wins best presentation on television. Whatever that means. Is nominated for best actor on television for Noah Wyle, which he loses to Michael C. Hall for Dexter. Good. And Gabrielle Anwar is nominated for best actress on television, loses to Hayden Panettiere for Heroes.
Wait, so
Noah Wyle was winning shit in the 2000s.
Is it nominated against? Is it nominated against like Dexter for best thing on television?
I think best presentation on television seems to be like relegated to movies and miniseries. I think there must have been like a best show category as well, because this is Life on Mars, The Lost Room, Masters of Horror, aforementioned, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, and 10.5 Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just like the best actor on television is Noah Wyle, Michael C. Hall, Matthew Fox for Lost, Kiefer Sutherland for 24, Edward James Olmos for Battlestar Galactica, and Matt Dallas for Kyle XY. And actress is Gabrielle Anwar, Hayden Panettiere, Jennifer Carpenter for Dexter, Ellie Larder for Heroes, Elizabeth Mitchell for Lost, and Allison Mack for Smallville.
That's a crazy stacked, like in terms of like genre television. Like for
Yeah.
those two nominees,
It was like
that's stacked as hell.
I mean, Lost, Heroes, I think it's like the first season of Heroes, Dexter, Smallville, Battlestar, 24. Like it was kind of the like the last gasp of that kind of TV before
Yeah.
Mad Men, Breaking Bad, you know, The
It's
Wire,
low-key like
Friday Night
when
Lights, stuff like
when
that.
you started listing all the names, I was like low-key, I was just like Love and Bad. I was like, but damn, how did no even make it on in that year? Like,
I know a lot to pull from, even if you're just siphoning it off to Saturn Award type fare on TV.
yeah, it's fucking like I'm surprised that like they were so receptive
I
to
mean,
to the
it's the
movie.
Saturn Awards. They're not known for good taste.
Yeah, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they make cool calls.
Like, I feel like they had
maybe
something weird like recently, like in the last year.
they always recently is a different conversation, but like pre 2000, like 80s and 90s Saturn Awards, very weird and cool.
Yeah, the recent ones are just weird and bad.
Yeah, it's like they're like bending over backwards to be like, oh, One Battle After Another is a thriller, so we're gonna nominate Leonardo DiCaprio for best actor in a horror, sci-fi, or thriller.
No,
Oh yeah,
Like,
well,
not
they won't.
yeah,
I don't know if
so
that's actually the
bad.
case, but I would not be surprised.
yeah. The thing is, it's like, oh yeah, the thing with last year was like with Sinners being like this big mainstream horror movie, and it's just like it's and like well they classify it as thriller. It's like it wins best thriller, but best horror goes to Frankenstein. But then it's like in all the acting categories, it goes like I don't think any of them are even nominated. No, Michael B. Jordan
Oh,
is. And Delroy
Jacob Elordi wins supporting actor in a film for Frankenstein.
but it's like they don't give the cast of Sinners anything. I think they just some nominations. It's like I think they only award it for best thriller and then cinematography. Yes. No, editing.
That's
My mistake.
odd.
Editing.
Weird that they classified it as a thriller, not a horror.
Yeah, the fact
Yeah.
that to call it a thriller, it's just like it's. I feel like that's
Their
just not right.
their best thriller film lineup outside of Sinners is Highest to Lowest, The Housemaid, The Long Walk, Marty Supreme, and Wake Up Dead Man.
What the fuck are they doing over there, man? Like,
And I really like that best actor in a film goes to Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible over Michael B. Jordan in Sinners and Pedro Pascal in Fantastic Four. And
Tom
Cruise
Hiddleston in The
still
Life
got
of
it.
Chuck.
Tom Hiddleston, Life of Chuck, Oscar Isaac in Frankenstein, David Cornsweet as Superman, and then also Sam Worthington as Avatar gets a nomination where it's like, no, that's stupid. Oh, and then of course, best supporting actress in the film.
I was about to say.
Let me list these. Let me list
just
them.
the nominees before you list the winner.
So first of all, they don't give Wunmi Mosako a nomination, which is crazy. But they do nominate Una Chaplin in Avatar, Mia Goth in Frankenstein, Ariana Grande in Wicked, Amy Madigan in Weapons, the Oscar winner, Florence Pugh in Thunderbolts, and Haley Steinfeld in Sinners. And then the winner is Sigourney Weaver in Dust Bunny.
I'm
What?
sorry, what?
Whatever that is.
It's the Brian Fuller fantasy movie with Mads Mikkelsen.
Whatever that is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is that the one that had the AI poster?
yeah. We're at the very least it looks AI. It might not actually be AI, but it
I
certainly
didn't even
looks
know
like
that
it.
came out. I thought
Yeah,
that was still like in production.
It came out like I knew it came out in theaters like last December here. Um, but yeah, it was just like it barely had any fanfare, and in total worldwide it grossed $1.3 million
Fuck.
on a budget of does not say. Never mind.
That's fucked. I
Yeah.
didn't
Kind of
even
weird
know
that
that was out.
One Battle After Another loses Best Action Adventure Film to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. And does it get any other nominations? No, that's the only nomination they gave the Best Picture winner. Also, Best Fantasy Film nominee Hamnet?
What? What?
What do you mean by that? Is it because she sees Hamnet on the stage at the end?
Because
did they
there's
think
ghosts?
did they think he was a literal ghost? Did they think they put an actual ghost in Hamnet?
Why is it a fantasy?
Is it because she does like witchy stuff out in the woods?
Maybe.
Do they think that was real also?
We hate you, Saturn Awards. Please stop.
What are they doing?
Only
bro?
current day Saturn Awards, not old timey Saturn Awards. Saturn Awards used to mean something.
I don't think it ever did.
The Saturn Awards nominated Cheryl Lee for Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and Winona Ryder for Bram Stoker's Dracula, and Sharon Stone for Basic Instinct, and Meryl Streep for Death Becomes Her, among others. And they lost to Virginia Madsen for Candyman. So, like,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
but it's like three of those people I don't care about. It's Cheryl Lee and Virginia Madsen. Those are good.
Yeah, I think they also in that same year nominated Ray Wise for supporting actor for Fire Walk with Me. So, like. They're
the only group that actually liked that movie at the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
their 4 acting winners that year were Gary Oldman for Bram Stoker's Dracula, Virginia Madsen for Candyman, Robin Williams for Aladdin, and Isabella Rossellini for Death Becomes Her. You can never get me to fully hate the Saturn Awards when they have the 1992 lineup there.
Can I do mentors now?
Sure, and then we can close out on the YouTube comments because I got some real good ones.
Okay. Yay. And we also need to do our lineup for July.
Yes, we do. Fuck you guys. This is going to be the longest episode by a country mile. Yeah, it already is at this point, but it will continue.
It's going to be 3 hours. Anyway, so we might be doing this as a regular thing, but also if this turns out too long, we won't. But the mentors moments section.
I like the way you say mentors. You say it like it's spelled with a U. It's mentors. It's a real word.
It's mentors.
It's mentors.
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 What is weird about the way I said it?
It's mentors.
It's mentors.
You're not. Do you think you're saying the same word as me?
Yeah, I am.
You're saying mentors.
Yes, that's how you say the word. It's mentors.
You say mentors.
Why?
You're saying it like it's spelled. Anyway,
shut the fuck up. Just let me. When we talk about Elliot Gould, it's Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein.
Okay, Oliver. We start the episode with our main kid, Oliver. He made this program called Visicron, which is intended for him to look into the past at old historical figures. It's like his first thing was that he wants to look at Albert Einstein while he's working. But then the computer like overheats, it glitches out, it like explodes or whatever, and he passes out. And when he wakes up, Albert Einstein is in his room. And it's like this whole episode is weird because it's basically entirely set in this kid's basement. Like in the other episodes that I watched, like there are it's about them at school or whatever. But this one is set entirely in the basement, and it's mainly just Oliver Einstein and his mom who occasionally pops in. And it's like, and it's weird. Like you hear the concept of series, which is that these high school kids bring historical figures to the present to help them with their problems. You think like goofy, like fun kid stuff, like Bill and Ted for Kids, where they get into misadventures or whatever. But no, this is like a weirdly earnest, like Albert Einstein helps him like be kind to his mom and not like blame her for his parents' divorce and stuff like that. And it's just like, and it is so weird. And also it's like he gets frustrated with how like he doesn't know why Albert Einstein is in his room and wants him to go away. And it's like he doesn't really believe that he's real until he like can solve a physics equation quickly. It's like he gets his physics textbook and like, okay, solve this. It took me an hour, and then he solves it instantly. And he tries to hand him a calculator. It's like, oh, what's that? It's just like, oh, it's a calculator. It helps you solve things. It's just like, oh, I already did it. But yeah, it's like I wish there was more plot for me to go through, because it's like I could just go like every single thing that happens. It's like, oh, like the mom like comes down, like opens up the little hatch to the basement, and it's just like, are you smoking weed down there? And it's just like, Mom, I'm allergic to smoke. But really, Albert Einstein is like lighting up his pipe. But yeah, really interesting first episode, just in how like down to earth it is. Is it just like weirdly sentimental? And uh Elliot Gould as Albert Einstein, it's not a great performance. Oh, it's not a great accent, I should say. Like he very much slips in and out of like just sounding like regular Elliot Gould, and occasionally does like German accent for lines. But still, at the same time, it's just like I was just believing him as the character. It's just like because it just works weirdly. Like genuinely a really good pilot episode. Uh, Other things I made sure to note. This basement in this kid's house is massive, and it's like it's all dedicated to his stuff. It's just like imagine like you're a single mom and you have your son, and the entire basement is just dedicated to
Sorry,
his.
wait, give me a second. I'm imagining that I am a single mother and I have my son.
Yeah, imagine
Got
you
it. Okay.
have your
Sorry.
house
Continue.
and you let your kid have the entire basement floor filled to the brim with what I imagine is incredibly expensive computer equipment. I'm just wondering, how does this family afford this? It's just like I don't think the mom has a defined job, but it's like she must have some really important job that gets her a lot of money to afford his her son's hobby, which is groundbreaking time travel technology. And it's like, did I write down anything else of interesting? Oh, there was a line where it's like she hears Albert Einstein at one point and she says, "It's not like you to harbor foreign nationals in our home, Oliver."
That's good.
And then, oh, and I do like that we never actually saw Oliver building a machine at all. It just, the episode starts with it already built, and it's just like Visicron loading and whatever. Um, and then when Einstein really tries to kind of like help him emotionally, like he's Albert Einstein, it's like, did you ever try to sit down and talk to her? He's like, Psh, first I got Einstein, now I got Freud. It's just like very dismissive of Albert Einstein in his bedroom. But yeah,
Well,
it's just like, who would have thought that the pilot episode of this sci-fi adventure show would be mainly about divorce?
everything's about divorce, as we're
Mhm.
finding these past few weeks.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh yeah, we fucking Tech War was about the most divorced man alive.
I'm excited to watch Smart Alec and do my report on the second episode. Alexander Graham Bell. See what's going on with that.
Yeah. Do you think this bit will last, Gordon? Do you think we'll actually get through at least season one?
It's yeah, maybe sporadically. I don't think we have to do it every episode. But we'll dole it out when it. How about we do it whenever we have a movie that seems like it'll be an especially short conversation. Otherwise, we'll have it as a time filler that we can always fall back
Oh
on.
yeah, it's like if we don't have a game, we should do a mentors episode.
We don't have a game a lot of episodes. We can do mentors uh just whenever we feel like it.
Okay. So what's going to happen is like you'll do an episode and then I'll do it the next episode and then it'll take you a month to do another episode and then I'll do it the next episode because I care a lot more about this than you, I think.
I don't think no, I'm into this. I'm very into this.
Zara, were you
Don't get
into
me wrong.
that? Do you have any questions about the first episode of Mentors?
Um, I I guess it's just kind of like, so is it kind of like it? I was kind of reminding me in a way like of like Quantum Leap. I don't know, like is
Yeah.
that?
I
Yeah, that's one of the
I
vibe I was getting, like Quantum Leap for kids.
yeah, because this
Like,
aired in like the 890s. I think the first episode was
yeah,
98.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and Quantum Leap, that was like what, eight or late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, you did say it aired in the 890s, which back in the
I
year
said late
800.
90s.
You said
Late
890s.
90s.
Run it back, folks. She said 890s. But yeah, this TV show first aired in the year 894.
Fuck off,
Uh,
Gordon. Why
uh,
do you hate on my speech and disability? Fuck you.
I'm sorry. Do you want me
God.
to read some YouTube comments?
Well, first, because you want to end with the YouTube comments, we need to talk about next month first.
I'm not saying we have to end with the YouTube comments. We'll do the next month after. I just want to read some YouTube comments.
Okay, is your last comment and the episode worthy?
No.
Okay, then we'll do YouTube comments first.
Yeah. So with this first comment, I want you to imagine that they're not talking about the Librarian franchise specifically and just speaking more holistically because it makes the comment that much funnier. I had no idea there were movies. Just watched the first one. So exciting.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
Okay, this next one is interactable. There's going to be 2 blanks. I want you to each try to guess which franchises they mention with the for the 2 blanks. A little blank and a little blank, but still entertaining, except for the overly excessive ads. Thumb up. Just one. Just thumb up.
A little Star Trek and a little Indiana Jones.
Zara, do you have a guess?
I'm gonna say, is Doctor Who one of them? I feel like that's a safe bet. The TV show especially has very Doctor Who vibes.
And do you have a second guess you want to?
I guess Indiana Jones is probably the most obvious one, so I'm gonna throw that in as well. Go with Eliza on that. We both have Indiana Jones.
A little Night at the Museum and a little Harry Potter, but still entertaining, except for the overly excessive ads. Thumb up.
What the fuck? What are they talking about?
I don't know.
I guess like Night at the Museum I could kind of see in like the few library sentence scenes, but like what the fuck do they mean by Harry Potter? Bros just be saying anything. Millennials be like.
Yeah. This one, in quotes, hippos like chocolate, ... And I love Gabrielle Anwar. She is so pretty and sexy.
Thanks for that guy.
This comment seems to be referencing an ad they got on YouTube, not the actual movie. The 3 ingredient is a slick, in all caps, marketing tool to sell capsules from Japan wherever without disclosing the ingredients. No thanks. I don't know what the 3 ingredient means, but they say no thanks to that.
They have very strong opinions about the 3 ingredient.
Yeah. Who are they replacing Bob Newhart with since he died in 2024? Like the idea, anytime an actor dies, they have to go back and reshoot their scenes for all the movies that they were in to replace them with someone still alive.
Yeah, or this person's just very delusional in that like they expect Librarian movies to come back.
Yeah.
It's killing me because like this person clearly doesn't know there was a TV show.
Yeah.
And then Bob Newhart came back for the TV show and they killed him off in the TV show. ...
I should have been I should have been a librarian. They always get the girl. I wonder if Flynn would introduce me to his mother. ... What? I'm a fiction writer. It could happen.
What? This guy also wants to go back in time and fuck Olympia Dukakis.
Yeah. Sad. Everything is all AI now. It looks like half cartoons.
Oh. Okay.
What? Did they not know
this
this movie was made in 2006?
It's entirely plausible that yes. This one, I don't know what it means. It seems like it's a reference to some like soccer game or whatever. I don't know why they commented it on this. Hi, Besiktas cheated today in ugliest fashion with Kalima, who looks like related to Coach. So that means they have. Excuse me. So that means they've been cheating versus Liektabelis at least 9 years. That is not cool. They made playoff and did not need to cheat. Last play, Kalima just passed ball to Turkey. Nobody even was close to the ball. He just needed to twist body and be fouled.
How do you spell Kalima?
What?
Kulema.
Kalima.
And
when was this commented?
I did not jot that down. Who knows? There were a lot of comments on this upload very mad at the uploader for putting Rob Newhart in the description instead of Bob Newhart. They were all like, "Who's Rob Newhart? Is that Bob Newhart's son?" Or put some respect on a dead actor's name. His name was Robert something Newhart, and his stage name was Bob Newhart. Don't call him Rob. There were like maybe a half dozen comments like that. And when I checked, at some point, the description had been changed to Bob Newhart.
Okay. Well, actually, on my upload, the title had Rob Newhart there.
Oh, maybe that's what I saw then. Or maybe that's what they were referencing. I don't know.
And I will say, Kulema, I think, is the captain for the Zambian national soccer team.
Ah, there you go. A total moron at times. I just like specify. It's not always a total moron.
Well, we know who they're talking about.
I know.
I was going to say, did Eliza write this?
No, I just mean that they specified at times. Like, they're not going to call him a total moron, but at times, a total moron.
Well, I'm just looking at Eliza's because I was going to look up and see, like, well, some of the Letterboxd reviews for it while we're talking about, like, comments and stuff. And I finally just saw Eliza's rating on Letterboxd.
Well, yeah, I gave it 2 stars. Yeah, are you surprised?
I'm just laughing the fact that you didn't even review it. You're like not even worth like a 1 sentence comment.
Well, I didn't have anything to say, and also it was like while we started recording, it was just like wait, I needed to rate this real quick and put in my ranking, and so I quickly rated it 2 stars and ranked it slightly above Quest for the Spear.
I got 2 more comments here, one short one and one long one. Indiana freaking Jones remake. And the last one is a very good deranged paragraph here. Looks nice, but ... garbage writing. Complete nonsense. First of all, a library primarily has books, not artifacts, especially not magical flutes and such ... Sets look nice, and the people are nice, but not serious enough given the dangerous situations. People shooting automatic weapons somehow miss people directly in front of them. The main characters get mysteriously pulled out of a watery death when they could have seen the hole in the ceiling. The bad guys show up without making a sound. Cool altogether, it's just too unbelievable and unserious.
So true.
I'm sorry, your fantasy comedy movie is unbelievable and unserious. This should have been a dour, dramatic slice of life, like Mike Lee type movie about a guy who works at a library, a real library that primarily has books, not artifacts, and especially not magic flutes and such.
That low-key would have been a great.
That.
Oh yeah, it's just not. Sorry.
I mean, they probably like wanted to watch a movie about a librarian, and we're like, okay, this is called The Librarian, but then it's like, oh no, it's not a librarian, it's just a fucking Indiana Jones thing.
I do like the idea of someone looking for a movie about a librarian, seeing this title and being like, ah, yes, a nice quiet library movie where they go to King Solomon's mines.
No, they're reading the book. They're returning to the King Solomon's mines, the book.
About a librarian who picks up at like chapter 17. They're opening up their book to their bookmark and just reading silently for an amount of time.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Anyway, want to finish this off with next month's movies?
Yes, we're talking next month is July, and so we're talking about what's in July. Yeah. I'm very poorly vamping while I'm pulling up.
I have the list right here. Shout out to the Geminis out there because July is Twins month.
Even though June is Gemini season.
Yeah, so. But it's like Geminis because Geminis are the twins, you know?
Yes,
and it's also it's a loose reference to that one video where it's just like where it's like some guys playing like a Wii game and it's like the questions about Geminis and it's like or twins. It's about shout out to you Geminis out there. And it's like, how does he know my birth month? I did not put my birthday in.
I don't know the video. I'm sorry.
It's a very funny video. Shout out.
I believe it.
Comment on this episode if you have seen that video. No one is going to make it this far.
Yes. No. So
not even Jason.
Yeah. So I already had like 2 or 3 of these on my priority list, but then when we were doing Perfect Witness, we were looking at Aidan Quinn's TV movies. We found Lies of the Twins, which is the last one of the month, spoiler alert. And I was like, you know what? I have enough movies I want to talk about on here where one actor plays twins. So we're doing a twin month, just sort of by, this was just what we decided was next. So I kind of strong armed us into this and mandated 3 of the 4. And then we settled on what the other one was. And it's going to be very different, just like tonally to the other 3, but it'll work out. We are starting out with Brotherly Love, where a businessman is stalked by his murderous twin brother who has just been released from a mental hospital, where the 2 twins are played by Judd Hirsch.
Yay! We love Judd Hirsch.
45 logs on it's on worldcinema.org per a Wikipedia or a Letterboxd list, but I'm going to double check to make sure it is watchable. It's on YouTube. There we go. So CBS Tuesday Night Movies, Brotherly Love from 1985. Should I just go with my 3 and you can explain yours?
Sure.
The next one we're doing is Double Vision. A beautiful medical student travels to London to investigate the mysterious murder of her identical twin sister. Taking on her sister's identity, she gets closer and closer to the killer, who is determined to finish the job once and for all, where the twins are played by Kim Cattrall. So we got double Hirsch, double Cattrall, eventually double Quinn, like I said. Mm-hmm. And who do we got right in the middle there?
Yeah. So I want to say a bit more about like how we picked the movies. And it's like, there was a lot of discussion about like what the 4th movie would be, and I was like very adamant that we don't just get like another evil twin movie, because if that was the case,
or just like another thriller, because the Kim Cattrall one,
that's what I mean. It's like if we got another evil twin movie, we'd have 3 movies about evil twins and 1 movie where a twin is about to be murdered, and so it's just like it's all just kind of the same stuff. So it's like we have to have a fun one in there. And so I picked Parent Trap 4 Hawaiian Honeymoon, which has not only Haley Mills as the original Parent Trap twins, but also she and Barry Bostwick have triplets, played by real life triplets Joy, Leanna, and Monica Lacey. Or no,
Creel.
Is it?
Monica Lacey seems to maybe have a different. She may be
Joy and Leanna Creel and Monica Lacey, but they are the triplets.
Yes, Monica Lacey might also be one of the triplets who just got married. At some point, also. Yeah.
It's like she's the only one who had.
It would be very funny to cast triplets with 2 real twins and then someone else.
That would be really funny, actually. But yeah, and so I don't know what happens on their Hawaiian honeymoon, but it sure is probably some antics.
It's probably Hawaiian. And then, yes, we're closing out with Lies of the Twins. An ex-model is seduced into danger by her psychotherapist boyfriend's wicked identical twin. Double Aidan Quinn, single Isabella Rossellini. Iman is in this. Should be interesting.
And I did double check, all 4 of these are easily available online.
Yay! We got double Hirsch. We got double Cattrall. We got double Mills. And we got double Quinn. Coming up in double July.
Nope, it's just 1 July.
Nope, 2 Julys in a row this year.
There's just 1 July, and
they fucked up when they made the calendars. They fucked up when they made the calendars. They put 2 Julys in there.
Anyway, Zara, what are your thoughts? Were you going to listen to these episodes?
I hopefully will. I actually really love the concept, like especially too, like I have not heard of any of these fucking movies, so I'm like really excited to hear about them now. Like,
did you know there were 4 Parent Trap movies of the original canon?
I did know about the Parent Trap sequels, but I haven't seen them. But I think I'd seen them like just like on Letterboxd, like looking at random people's filmography, stuff like that. But the rest of them, like Kim Cattrall, what? Like, hello? Like, okay. Slay. Yes, I'm excited. This sounds fun. I obviously, to listeners, will not be on those episodes, but I will be listening.
Oh yeah, like we're not inviting you back after this. What?